Now, if any of you sons of bitches got anything else to say, now's the fucking time!
Hey, everybody, Jim and Sam are here. It's time to celebrate the moment. I feel it in my soul. It's written in my bones so deeply. I wanna lose control. So turn it up a little more and laugh along with me. The show is about to begin. Series 103. Yeah, so get ready. Yeah, I'm so ready. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, everybody, Jim and Sam are here. Sing it like, hey, are you ready? Jim and Sam are here. Feel it like, hey, everybody, Jim and Sam are here. So if you feel it like I do, you gotta sing it with me too. Like, hey, everybody, Jim and Sam are here. Yuck.
How crazy is it that I made it on time? I didn't think I was going to. Lucky everyone.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad you're here.
I mean, the Uber wasn't going to come, and it came, and my guy fucking hit the gas.
Yeah, it's not like crazy, but it's a good that you're
No,
here.
but I mean, I figured everybody was kind of wondering.
No, it was like
Oh.
either way.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just trying to thought some tension had built up, wondering, will he make it, won't he make it?
Did you feel that in the room when you walked in?
No, I didn't feel like anybody cared that I walked in the room, but I was saying the audience at home.
You don't know what you almost miss.
I love a guy who will just honk his way uptown.
Did you get a good one?
Yeah.
You got a good one?
Oh, he was a fucking in and out of traffic, beeping.
Yeah, I had to have the conversation with Bob Kelly driving in for the, what was it, Wednesday show? That he was wondering why all of a sudden there was more traffic. It's just like this week, end of last week, beginning of this week, instantly.
Everyone's back.
Everyone's back. All the schools back. Everybody's back at work, especially, I think, this year, because there's probably more people having to go back to the office than ever. I bet there are a lot of, like, offices that were trying to hold on to work from home that now is finally, okay, everybody's got to come back now.
Yeah, cut
For
them
the
all
time being.
Just for now.
Just for now. But,
Who knows? I mean, yeah.
well, I know who knows. Quanstradamus knows.
So far, his predictions are on this one are not crazy. I mean,
No
they are
predictions
starting to
are
mask
crazy.
up.
Let's see. We've got till the end of October for mask mandates on airplanes.
Okay.
That doesn't seem crazy. December 1st, discourage public events. January, February is work from home.
Yep.
So you think it'll be back to work for the fall, back at home for the winter.
Yep.
Okay.
We'll see.
We'll see.
I hope I'm wrong.
No, you
You're
don't.
not, but you're not
right.
usually.
You're right.
You hope you're absolutely right.
He'll be in Orlando.
He's actually voting for Biden now, hoping for a mask mandate.
But yeah, it's nuts. I mean, it doubles your commute time, even if your commute time is 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's very, very noticeable. I love August in the city because it's so quiet.
It's dead.
You feel like, fuck, I should be doing something. But when you're going from point A to point B, you're like, this is amazing.
Mhm.
This is what it was like during COVID. It's just empty.
Mm-hmm.
And then now it's like, oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you get a good, like, 5 or 6 weeks of that. It's almost like end of July, all through August.
Love it.
Because everybody's out at the Hamptons or their beach houses or whatever.
Yeah. And then September, everybody comes back and you get the weird notice on Uber. Oh, yeah, 2 minutes, 4 minutes, 2 minutes, 4 minutes. Like,
Clicking up. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that Mike Montone had one of the great weekends of all time.
Why?
I'm just gonna go and I've not talked to him about it. We haven't spoken at all since the last show, but I'm gonna guess if he was watching what I was watching last night.
Cowboys playing tonight, man. I'm looking forward to that.
That's actually, you missed the
Yeah,
game.
you're going to enjoy it, Jim.
Hopefully it's on your DVR. I mean, it was an absolute throttling
It was a lot of fun.
to the point where the commentators gave up on the game within the third quarter.
I didn't know they were playing yesterday. I didn't even know the
Oh.
season started.
It was week 1.
I didn't know the season started.
You didn't know yesterday was
I don't
the
give a fuck. No.
national holiday.
No, but I'm happy that they, I did read at the end. What was the final, 40-0?
40-0.
That's awesome.
Dude.
That's an awesome whipping.
You should have seen the stadium. By the end of the game, it was cleared out. Everybody, people started giving up at halftime because I think at halftime it was like 26-0. I want to say at the
Yeah,
half,
it's something
like
around, along those lines. Yeah. And Giants fans are the biggest douchebags, so it just couldn't have happened to a better group of people.
You know what that is? That's a shellacking.
Oh,
A good shellacking.
they got murked.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah, by the end of the first half, the commentators were like, I mean, nothing the Giants are doing are working.
How did Dak look?
So they're running a new offense this year. They're going the West Coast style offense, which instead of last year where they're really trying to stretch the field when he would make a lot of those mistakes where you just kind of air it up over the middle. Everything is like a nice, quick, tight pass.
Okay.
So they're not asking him to do a lot, so he didn't have to do shit.
Because he'll choke.
Yeah, the defense. Yeah. Yes, of course.
In week one.
What a snide twat.
You don't like
Yeah,
that, do you?
not wrong though.
They're not
I
asking
believe
him to do a
last
lot
year,
because they
40
don't want to
nothing.
rest.
40
great
nothing.
win.
He didn't have any touchdowns.
It's a great win.
He would have. Right?
I mean, the defense did keep him off the
here's
field
the thing,
a lot.
and I learned this because I watched a lot of football yesterday. I watched 3 games. Okay, I know it all.
Whoa.
I know it all. A matter of fact, I thought when the 49ers, my 49ers, they got all the cute boys. I thought when they killed the Steelers, I was like, this is going to be the shellacking of the day. I think they did it something. The Steelers got 30-7, 30-something to 7.
It was an ass beat. I was listening to that one on Sirius XM.
It was great. Wow, they have great coverage.
They do.
But that one was great because I think Pittsburgh scored. It was either at the end of the first quarter or the end of the first half, and maybe end of the second quarter. But it was like this moment where Pittsburgh was like, "Oh, we're alive. Oh, we still got a chance here." Because I think it ended up being like 16-7 or
27.
Okay, at the end of the first half.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So it was like, okay, we still got this. We still got this. And then the second half came and they didn't have it. They didn't have it at all.
I know the Dolphins won because I saw Matt Biggins prancing around on Nicole's Instagram.
I'll bet you did. She's going to wonder why Travis had to replay that story over and over.
Is he a big Dolphins fan?
Yeah, he's a big Dolphins
Big fan of the fish?
Yeah.
Loves the Dolphins.
That's got to be the biggest differential in Cowboys-Giants history as a rivalry, right? There's never been more than a 40-point difference.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have to say
That's
it's
gotta be the
rare.
worst
It's just
beating.
rare in the NFL.
It's going to be the worst beating in the
I
history of
think
their rivalry, yeah.
I think they said it's definitely the biggest week 1 beating.
Yeah, I mean, these are NFL games these days are usually like 7 to 10 point games.
Right. Not 40-0.
Yeah, because
Nothing.
people
0 points.
people were predicting like a 21-19 Giants win.
Who's the running back for
correct.
Dallas?
It was the biggest
Tony
difference.
Pollard and Rico Dowdle,
Where's Zeke?
New England.
How did he do yesterday?
They were using him a little bit. They lost to the Eagles, but he'll kind of do what running backs do, and as they age and they become kind of like a situational player. He's a good pass blocker. He can catch the ball out of the backfield, so they'll probably use him like third downs, shit like that.
That was the other game I watched. The Eagles, they squeaked by. It was a heartbreaker for the Patriots. They almost at the very end, they were like, we're going. And then that clock just ran out on them.
Poor Coop.
Poor Coop. Coop was at home crying.
When's Coop coming back?
Travis doesn't know.
Huh? What? Coop's coming back?
I thought it was today.
I thought it was today.
Today's his first day, but you got to do the orientation and all that
he
stuff.
he did an orientation the last time.
Yeah, I know.
He's
but now
oriented.
You got to redo it. Plus, what is orientation is not important.
Not my rules, man.
You said 9/11. He's back.
Yeah, you did say that.
He said
Never
everybody's.
forget. Jesus.
So, yeah.
I can't believe Dallas did that to New York on the eve of 9/11.
They committed the worst atrocity.
Yeah, I think people got to wake
I
up.
think Al Qaeda really enjoyed it.
I think so. And it was pouring rain. So it's always fun to watch games like when it's pouring rain, obviously, but it's also, as somebody who's kind of doesn't have a dog in any fight, it's fun to watch fans disappointed and wet.
Glad our Cowboys are doing well.
You didn't know the season started.
I had no idea.
I saw many friends that decided to make the trip out to the Meadowlands for week 1 football to watch their Giants beat their rivals. And just the faces that I saw at halftime, wet and sad.
Yeah, nothing worse than sitting in the rain to watch your team
Pouring.
with their asses kicked
Pouring
in
rain.
the rain.
It started I saw one Giant fan on the Garden State Parkway who got into a fender bender right at a toll plaza on his way up to the stadium.
And you were happy about that.
I was.
seeing disappointed people in ponchos is always because you never want to. Nobody has ever looked cool in a poncho, and then realizing you're watching your team lose 40-0.
Be humiliated.
Yeah.
National television.
And you're just sitting there in a ticket that you paid a lot of money for in a poncho and wet. It's a terrible feeling. I felt for the Giants fans.
Have you been in the new stadium?
Well, it's not new.
Yeah, I guess not.
It's been there for like 15 years.
It has,
or
yeah.
something.
I know it's Texas Stadium either, though.
Yeah, but I saw the Jets play the Cowboys, and I've coached on the field before too.
Who'd
Did you coach the Jets?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, I was in before Salad. No, the New Jersey now plays its high school state championship games on Giant Stadium, and I think or MetLife Stadium, and I think they use like Rutgers and maybe Kane.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I meant in Dallas.
Oh no, not too.
Oh, have
not
you
to
been to
H2.
that field? Okay.
No, not yet. I would love to. I want to do a whole weekend where I go down, get to see like a Friday night high school game, find a college game on Saturday, and then go to a Cowboys game on Sunday or Monday.
Would you join those guys like outside the restaurant that are rallying for the college
Oh,
team?
should I go to Texas A&M game?
100%.
Join the Corps of Cadets or whoever those douchebags are.
100%. Just
high
be out
school
there
game?
outside of Raising
Oh, yeah,
Cane's.
it's a Texas high school game?
Friday Night Lights, bro.
No, I just my uncle used to like high school basketball. Like I just don't understand it.
High school football is great. Yeah, New Jersey's a big high school football state. People obsess over it around here.
Really?
Yeah, Texas, they have like two-a-days. Yeah, Texas is like known for their high school football.
Oh, I just don't care about kids.
It's a
playing
religion
football.
down there.
I just don't care about kids playing football.
There are backers, big, rich oil Texas people that back high school football teams. It's a culture.
Yeah, they have like stadiums down in Texas.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't care about college sports either. I never give a shit about.
Well, you don't
college
care
sports.
about professional sports. You didn't know it's
On
the
a
first day
lower
of-
level, I do. I used to, but even when I loved football, I never cared about college ever.
Yeah.
Never watched it.
Well, I get the appeal, right? It's not only are you seeing people as they develop, but you're also watching people play that aren't getting $1 million contracts, that are just playing because they either want to play professionally or they just want to win.
You also know that you're going to get a new team in 4 years or in 1 year, really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's always there's always people, except that's the thing. If somebody's really, really good, especially in like basketball, even if they're freshmen, they're probably gone. They're probably gone after this
I
year.
don't blame them. Shit colleges not paying them.
Of course.
They wouldn't even for a long time allow them to use their own
You
names.
blow out your knee
Fuck yeah, why would you?
playing college sports. That's crazy.
Yeah. I hate people who root for their alma mater.
Why?
I just hate people who are obsessed with their colleges. Shut up.
You don't like it when people go
Oh, fucking get over it.
root for the orange,
No.
going back to my days, heading to the Carrier Dome.
And no, let me say this. Rooting for your old team is fine.
Right.
But people who are obsessed with their old colleges, I fucking hate.
Like sing the song.
Or who are involved with the politics.
Right.
Involved with the, we don't like it that they're doing. What the fuck do you care?
Right. You know who's in charge of that school now? It's not the same. No, it's not. You've been gone for 20 years.
You've been out for 30 years. Fuck you. Oh,
Yeah.
your memories.
Some people, it was a peak. I mean, there are people who peaked in high school, too. There are people,
Yeah.
but you're right. It is like
Makes me sick.
when people obsess over their high school years, they're pathetic. It's like Uncle Rico, Al Bundy. But people who like peak in college, for some reason, that's a little bit more acceptable. And it is equally as dumb.
That's because, for some reason, like the, what are they called? The boosters or all these guys, like these people that went
That's
to
what
a
they got
college,
for high school in Texas, too.
but they try to get people to go to their college that they went. Who gives a shit? Like they try to like impress a football player or basketball player to come to the school that they went to. So what are you fucking doing?
Well,
you asshole.
they love their colleges, and I think they also want to get in. Hopefully, they find the next big pro player, and now they're in with that person,
Oh, fucking gives a shit.
I think.
I just can't.
They love football.
I know. Or basketball. It just
Basketball.
annoys me.
Yeah, but I think, well, I'm sure they do it in basketball too, but the football backers are the real, like,
Obsessed.
people.
Obsessed
Yeah.
with their team getting the win.
I mean, you got the Tuohy's pretending to adopt kids.
He was 41. Fucking idiot. Read the contract.
But it really was, it was a fun thing to bear witness to. At a point, you're like, I hope the Giants don't score 1 point, just because it's what.
Yeah.
If it's 40-3, At least they did something. But if it's 40-0, that's like an unheard of, awful outing.
Although 40,
especially because it's Sunday night football. That was the big game. There was half a dozen games throughout the day, and here is the one that everybody needs to watch, and it was humiliating.
although 40-3, there is something dickish about, especially if it's like 36-0 or whatever going into the fourth, that they get downfield and the guy's like, no, take the points, take the 3.
No, that's true, I guess. Jason in New York, what's up, bud?
Hey, Sam. I just wanted to quibble with something you said there. You said college players aren't getting paid millions of dollars, and they absolutely are now with the name, image, and likeness deals that they're getting. Huge recruiting advantage for those donors who can pay them $1 million to be in an air conditioning.
I love that.
Well, maybe that's now, but that's very recent, right?
Very recent. Within the last 2-3 years. Yeah, I mean, they're not, and I wouldn't say that everybody on the field, like the minimum salary in the NFL is still a very nice income.
Sure, it's a lot of money.
Which is not the case in college sports,
Is that the minimum, 400?
Like 460,000, yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's what's up. Thanks, Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was a fun Sunday, and I'm sure you enjoyed yourself.
Yeah, it was a treat.
Did you wish at any point you were like, man, I wish I'd gone to this game?
No, I prefer football. I think is a great TV sport. I'm not huge on watching it in stadiums
because of the unpleasant weather.
There's that. Being surrounded by Giants fans is just kind of miserable in general. Although it would be fun to watch them go through something like that.
Be sad and in ponchos.
Yeah, but the very crisp picture on the TV. 5 feet away is.
YouTube TV lets you do 2 games at the same time. You can do up to 4.
Oh yeah,
it's awesome. It's like built into.
You have to buy the package?
No, it's just built into YouTube's TVs.
They started doing that late last year.
Yeah, they just if you want to watch the Fox game and the CBS game, they just go, do you want to do multi-view? And it puts on. But
I think they still
networks.
choose the games you can do, right? Like it's a prepackaged thing.
Well, I know,
like you didn't get to choose what was in those.
No.
It's
Yesterday
not like buying
it was
the package, right?
No, it was like you can.
Well, YouTube TV has
all the networks.
Sunday Ticket now.
Yeah, and Sunday Ticket.
They got the rights.
So
but you're correct. It was like, do you want to watch CBS and
so
Fox?
On ESPN Plus, you can choose what 4 you want, and that's like the next. That's the next step.
Yeah.
Wait, when you're watching YouTube TV, are you like it's like watching YouTube on your television? I know it sounds like a dumb.
No, it's watching TV.
Television. It is. Now, what's the YouTube TV? Can they just happen to run it, or is it literally like it's not like opening a YouTube window and watching television?
No, it's not YouTube. It's just TV.
Okay.
It's like Hulu with live TV. It's like that part of Hulu is just live TV.
Is their menu any better than cable? Cable's menu is such shit.
Great.
The menu is great, and you can customize the menu so you can put all the channels you like up top.
You can't do that with Verizon Fios.
No.
Yeah, I think I'm going to get rid of their. I tried to buy something recently, and it's a nightmare. I just can't stand that service.
Because you don't do channel numbers with YouTube TV.
Yeah, it's just channels.
You just have it listed like on your guide. You can delete channels, like if you have a
I delete
profile
so
for your.
many.
Do you?
Right.
Yeah, because I'm never going to watch them. So why would I put them in my guide?
What's
Right.
What's a channel? Oh, something might be on though. Who knows? It might be a
If you want
special.
to scroll through every channel, you have that option.
Can
as
you
well.
go back and re-edit?
You can
No.
you can.
It's permanent.
I don't know.
No, they don't let you go back.
There's
in.
no dumb questions other than the ones you don't ask.
No, once you go in,
You
they're like, "Are you
50%
sure?"
of the shots you don't take, right?
You delete this channel, and you can never watch it again.
What is not available on YouTube TV?
A&E,
Vice.
A&E, and Vice.
I don't care about
And,
Vice,
like,
but A&E.
Any New York sports, which I can understand is a reason why people wouldn't switch over. They don't have MSG. They don't have Yes. They don't have
right.
SNY.
They used to have.
They used to have SNY. They've
Yeah.
never had MSG, and they've never had Yes.
Think they'll get them or no?
I don't know. It's a carrier. It's a contract issue. Maybe not. But it's
It's a deterrent for people who
It's-
like.
Oh
local
yeah, of
sports,
course.
For
sure.
For
Yeah.
me, I don't give a shit. But I mean, some
Yeah, I don't
people-
care.
if you're a Rangers fan or
That's the only New York team you can name. You
Knicks?
fucking chode.
a Mets fan, no, I wasn't thinking of. Or a Yankees fan, like you can't.
I don't
can't
think
watch.
you're. I don't
You
think
ran
you're
out of
a fan.
steam at Rangers.
I don't think
Rangers
you're-
or the ball club.
I
I
just
don't
know the Orioles are great, and that's all that matters.
They have a good owner. Well, I'm debating YouTube TV.
It's the best.
A&E I like though. That's one. A&E is kind of
Yeah.
Do you watch it a lot?
What I think I do. There's certain shows I watch. I'm not even sure what channel they're on, but I think A&E I watch fairly often.
I get my wrestling docs on Apple. Like you just buy the season pass for like, $15 or whatever, and so you get the whole season of wrestling docs.
What are the big shows on A&E?
60 Days In.
That hip hop show.
Okay.
Yeah, Sife's show.
Oh, is he on? I like Sype.
Yeah, he was promoting it.
Yeah, I remember. I remember Sype. I remember.
The wrestling docs.
Oh, 24-hour flip, 50-50 flip.
Yeah, there's nothing on there. First 48 is good, but are they still making new ones?
Don't know.
I mean, that's a you want a 12-hour Bender show? You just
Sure.
leave it on?
Sure.
Alaska 911.
No, I don't care about any of that stuff.
But a lot of the stuff too, if you don't need to watch the new episodes as they come out, and most of these shows are just built to watch forever, you can just watch them on Hulu.
All right, Kistery and Ozzy Osbourne. I mean, those are
That's a movie. It's like one episode. You could just
watched it already.
You could
9
just buy
lives
it
of
for,
Ozzy Osbourne.
We had
Yes,
to write stupid book reports.
you could literally buy it for $2 on Apple.
This
That's a
isn't
fair
the same one, is it? That we wrote the book
Yeah.
report on?
That's
Kistery,
Kistery.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
fair point.
Your
Fair
guys'
point.
book reports are great too.
Fair point.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Okay, yeah. Now I'm tempted to kind of get rid of Verizon.
There hasn't been one day that I've been like, oh, I wish I had something else.
I'm just so disgusted with the way they handled that last thing. Oh, sorry, sir. Does YouTube TV, they have a call-in customer service line though?
Maybe I've never
needed it.
needed.
Okay, but you should know if they have one because there should be one.
I mean, I can't imagine what I would need it for.
You don't know what you might need customer service for on a cable service?
It's streaming. It's never. I mean,
No, but it's the same. It's for channels.
It's
You know
either
what I mean?
working or it's not, and it's 99.9% working.
I've never called Netflix customer service either.
Yeah.
Netflix, I haven't, but never for a channel. But you have for Verizon or for cable.
I stopped using cable.
But when you had it, you understand you'd
Yeah, but
call
it's a
them.
different technology.
Yeah, if a channel is not out, like if a channel's out, that's the channel. So
It's a
not-
streaming thing.
Yeah, it's
So
streaming.
if your internet works, it's going to work. Unless the whole service is down,
Yeah.
which hasn't. I don't remember it happening, but if it is, you just go on Twitter and,
And you
check
can get that, and you can have that and cable. Like if you want to try
you
it
want.
if you want to try it for
Sure,
2
of
months.
course.
and see.
I would suggest you do that. Yeah.
because you could get
Just
you
download
could,
the app.
and you can get it for free for like 2 weeks. I think.
Yeah.
That's what I did. I tried
That's
it.
what I did. I kept cable, and I just did the free trial just to see how I liked it.
and then I cut
And
cable.
then I was like, fuck yeah.
But wait,
thing.
so you do it on Apple TV?
Yeah, you download YouTube TV.
It's an app. You could put it on Apple TV, but you can also put it on your phone, on your iPad.
I got TV on my phone right now.
You kidding me? I go downstairs. I play Texas Chainsaw Massacre on PS5. I got my iPad open. PS5. I got my iPad open. I can watch a big game.
Is
if
it
I
cheaper?
want to do Sunday football.
$70.
It is definitely cheaper.
And you can get, but how about if you want to get live? Actually, there's a pay-per-view app that I went to, which was really good. If you want like to order, like say you want to order the Jake Paul fight or whatever you want to order, like you could do that through YouTube TV.
Everything is offered on some app now.
Yeah.
I don't know anything that's just on cable.
No, it's funny. I couldn't get the last. What was the last Jake Paul? Oh, Nate Diaz. So I wanted to see that, but I had to just downloaded this app and ordered it like for pay-per-view, and it was great.
Was
And
it like
for-
payperview.com or something?
One of those, yeah, and it was fine. You didn't have to join anything. You didn't have to be a part of anything. Just pay for it and you can watch it.
That's it. I mean, think about it. UFC is on ESPN. WWE's on Peacock. AEW is on Bleacher Report. Like, everything's on apps.
And you
So-
can get all that ESPN and all that stuff on YouTube TV.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And plus, you have ESPN Plus anyway, right? Because
No,
you watch the UFC.
I get to watch it.
You got to log in, right? Or you don't have to log in through ESPN.
Well, I don't know.
My man. He's watching on the links.
Who knows?
He's watching the bootleg links.
Yeah, I might.
He's watching those hot dog links.
I get the fights the day before.
Bro, I texted hot dog. I texted
the fights the day before.
Yeah. I'm sure they said don't say anything, but
hot dog while WWE pay-per-view was on. And I was like, I was just thinking because Michael Cole said, on commentary, for those of you that have Peacock Plus, you'll be able to watch this package. And I texted hot dog. I was like, I can't stop thinking about when he said that and your shit went to commercial. It's the funniest thing ever. And he was like, oh yeah, not today because I'm watching on a bootleg link. And I was like, why you have Peacock? Why are you watching on a link? And he was like, oh shit, I just remembered I had Peacock. I don't need to use this link.
People love their links.
They do. It's a culture.
I'd rather just pay for it and get it done. I mean, at one point, when
You
I
got
had
it
money,
like that, though.
No, when I didn't have money, I would love, but it's too much confusion the other way. It doesn't work. The link is broken.
You got to find multiple links.
It's a
for
whole
sure.
fucking thing. Yeah,
And then it goes down halfway through the show. You got to know you got to have a network of people
I guess so.
sharing
right?
the link.
Sure. Yeah, I can't be bothered.
Yeah.
Because I want him not seeing it. I'll fucking him do it wrong.
Well, yeah. I mean, you're not. Yeah. At this point,
I'm gonna look up YouTube TV though. I'm definitely gonna look that up.
It's great.
And you choose what channels you want, the same as cable.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you just get the channels.
Well, you
But
get
if
the
want,
channels,
like,
but you can have HBO and you
Yeah.
you can get the premium channels, but also if you have the app anyway, why would you also get it on YouTube TV?
But I don't know if I'm paying through the app or through the. I might be paying through Verizon.
Right. In which case, I mean, I did simple math when I did it. Right. I was like, okay,
Good for you.
thank you, dude. I practiced it for a while, and then finally I was like, oh, I can use this now.
Fucking man.
But you just go like, okay, how much is it to do it through YouTube TV? How much is it to just have the app?
Does your menu go? Because the cable is so slow. Like you click the menu and it just takes a second. It's fucking just feels
It's
antiquated.
instant. It's
It's internet because it's
Yeah.
the internet. It's
Just
not
try
like
it,
you're not
yeah.
going through like a FiOS cable system. You're not going through a cable box. It comes up the way any streaming service comes up.
just try it, baby.
Try it, baby doll.
Maybe I will. Maybe I will.
George Kittle did good yesterday, huh?
Is that your guy?
I'm gonna try it.
They said Dak Prescott got an 11-hour tattoo on his leg. Like he got his whole leg tattooed. It was his life story. I saw them. They were so bored during the Dallas New York game yesterday that they started explaining the story that is told through the leg tattoo that Dak Prescott got. Because they're like, we got nothing else to talk about here. They're like, and this part of the tattoo means this. That part of the tattoo means that. His mom's name is Peggy, so he got a Pegasus. Is this? Is that?
Do they show someone standing behind someone else? Is there somebody in a football uniform having the Heimlich performed on him?
Why you keep saying he's a joke artist? But only thing
Wow.
I don't know if I have respect for, and I might go to Troy on this one because you're the tattoo expert. He got sedated
I don't blame him.
for 11 hours to get the tattoo done.
Oh,
and
you get
then-
the whole thing done at once?
right, and then they just woke him up, and his like, here's your new leg tattoo.
It's amazing.
But isn't part of the experience supposed to be like going through it?
It is, but fuck it. If you
Fuck
get
it.
it all done in one shot, why not?
So
You
wait
can
a
get
minute.
that Michael Jackson doctor to come in and
Yeah.
propofol you up.
When you
Well,
say sedated, was he on Valium? Because it's funny, you made me think of something when you said that. Was he on Valium or was he? You can't be out for 11 hours. That's a long time.
It made it sound like he was out.
The article just said sedated.
I'm gonna guess
I-
he was on Valium or something.
Or like one of those like Twilight things where they kind
Maybe
of you're sort of
Twilight.
in, but you're sort of out.
Like a vampire?
Yeah,
No, like when you get certain
New
procedures
Moon.
done, they'll put you in like a Twilight where you're not fully under, but you're not really all there.
That's how kind of Doug Bell's like.
yeah.
Exactly.
I went for an MRI Friday. I just go for them to like once a year.
Pop in.
I just like MRIs.
I like an MRI. No,
I
I
like to
just want
jump in there and.
It's good to get
Got
for
any
your-
openings?
Yeah, what are we scanning for? Whatever.
whatever you find.
I'm just here for a good time.
Well, nothing. I couldn't do it. I got too claustrophobic because when you lay back, I can't lay on my back. They bolt your head in, kind of, and it's
Yeah, with the foam
for
things.
35 minutes, and I'm like, no way, I can do that. But I'm like, they have stand-up ones, but they also can sedate you during them, like where they can actually put you under to get one. You probably have to pay for it, but I think I'm gonna have to do that. It's the one thing I can't do. I'm too claustrophobic. I cannot do an MRI.
Can you do that like as a sober person? Like even though you don't really need to, just knowing it'll
Oh no,
help?
I do need to. It's not that I'm getting high. I'm like I can't go through it and do it if I'm not unconscious.
Right. And you gotta get these MRIs.
You do. Look, you're getting older. You fucking start worrying about your health more. You're like, I want to. Anything that fucking happens, you want to catch early.
That's true.
So why not? I mean, I don't go often, but a year ago I tried. I wasn't able to really get a full one there. I'm just too claustrophobic. Can't do it. It's the head being strapped in that's the worst part.
You're the Dak Prescott of MRIs.
I am.
You just get in there and then you choke.
Dude, I was in there, I laid in, and when she put the thing over my head, just laying on my back for 35 minutes like that, like being strapped in is torture.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
He's not really a choke artist, is he, Mike? I don't know enough.
No, it's so the interception problems that they've talked about have been probably like the last year and a half or so. After he came back from a calf injury, but historically they weren't a huge issue. Most of the playoff losses with him were kind of in spite of what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the new system will be better for him. Just quick release stuff, spread the defense out, and then run the ball.
So we got Dallas and San Francisco in the Super Bowl.
That, yes, Sam. Yeah, probably.
All right.
That's
Just wanted to-
because
I watched it yesterday.
Sam, put a lot of money on Dallas versus
Yeah.
San Francisco.
Got it.
in the
Okay.
Super Bowl.
All right. Let me see what the line is
Yeah.
on that.
The entire AF sequence,
Find someone offering it. First.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'll just find a guy, right? Skip the apps. Just find a guy. Okay.
New York area, you shouldn't have a problem finding someone on the street willing to take a bet.
All right.
Just got a text from Matt Biggin.
What did Matt Biggins say?
He says, "Good morning, douche. I'll prance around your grave."
That's awesome.
Yeah, good for him.
I saw him.
Didn't he have 2 TVs hooked up?
Yeah.
What an idiot.
What, just watching sports?
Yeah, you can't figure out a multi-screen thing. I saw he had like a TV plugged in on the floor. He looked like an idiot.
That's what a man does. He wants to watch some football.
No, it's not. It's what a man did in 1992.
He's too busy. He's just,
There's a multi-screen experience on your
Maybe
television.
couldn't lift
set.
the other TV because of his bum knee.
He's got a bum knee again?
Yeah. It's just being old.
I get it.
It just comes with the territory, I guess.
He's not going to like you saying this.
I mean, I'm not.
How
a
old is
disease-
he?
He's gonna provide the discipline that he likes providing you.
Yeah, it's true. Where he fucking puts tape on Travis's ass like Emilio Estevez in the Breakfast Club
You think he does that?
and rips it off.
Oh man, that's rough, dude. I'm sorry to hear that.
I just knew the Dolphins won. I don't know.
How was your weekend? What were you doing that you didn't know? That
I wasn't
NFL?
doing much at all. I just
Nothing.
didn't pay attention to it. No, after the MRI thing, I'm so annoyed at myself.
Was that over the weekend?
That was Friday, yeah. And I said, I'm going to have to. I was very disappointed. When you don't do something you want to do like that you should do,
100%.
you feel like you like. 'Cause anything else, all that medical stuff, I'm fine with. But that's the one thing that is just, I realize that's my kryptonite. I can't do it.
Can't get past it.
No.
Has wearing the mask, because you got past the mask.
I'm
thing
not
a
even
little
wearing that
bit.
anymore. I'm trying, but I've
Jesus
just.
Christ.
I've been congested. It's been hard.
Of course you've been congested. You're not wearing your mask.
No, it's a different things. But anyway,
Oh.
I want to try to do it. So I'm going to try to get sedated and get the MRI. But they can put you out for them. That's what I was saying. You can do that. I don't want to take a Valium and be loopy because, again, I'm not supposed to be taking Valium. And I also don't know if it would work. I might still panic.
Yeah. But getting put out is dangerous
Nah,
at a certain age.
You're fine.
I'm fine with that.
What
I'm
if he gets
fine.
What if he gets Alzheimer's? Because they say that if you senior citizens, if you put them under, a lot of times when they come out, it can accelerate Alzheimer's.
Does it really say that?
Yeah,
I've actually never heard that.
100%. It's 100%. If you put, that's a huge concern when old people go under for surgery.
Oh.
That dementia, it can affect dementia.
You
Like, it can
might already
accelerate
have to
dementia.
have it, though.
I don't know. People have all these stories about their grandparents going under and they come out.
Does anesthesia cause dementia? Studies have shown that anesthesia does not cause dementia.
Thanks, Travis.
Debunked.
But
Yeah, debunked.
you
Sam.
telling me fake news? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Rather
check Snopes.
Yeah.
You know what this is?
Sam, why are you making Jim all panicky?
Yeah, why are you trying
Why?
to
Well, you looked it right up. It's you and your nimble fingers
You know
found
what?
me the answer.
I feel like I was indoctrinated. I feel like the teachers told me this.
But wait, that's just the one Google result. What else does it say?
I mean, that's just the top Google.
I
He
know.
doesn't-
I know. It could be anybody.
How about can anesthesia cause
That could
it or
be
worse?
anonymous doing that.
That's from Griswold Home Care.
Okay, what about can anesthesia lead to dementia? What about that one?
They found
Stu-
that general anesthesia was associated with higher risks of dementia.
There you go. Okay, all right.
Older-
So, okay.
But-
Thank you,
The
Troy.
older the person when they had surgery, the more likely they were to have a higher risk of dementia.
So that's exactly what I said. So, Travis, if you could be a big man like Troy just was and admit that I was right, not wrong, it would go along.
Although maybe the people have dementia anyway, and they're only in surgery because of their dementia stuff.
Exactly. It's like, you know,
anesthesia associated with higher risks of dementia. Older the person they had surgery, the more likely they were to have a higher risk of dementia. I'm just saying, you're not 30.
it's like how many people are hospitalized with COVID.
It's a little confusing though because the internet says one thing and then you look at something else and it says something completely
don't know what
different.
to
Story of your
Right?
life,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Story of your life.
Yeah.
And you just got to check Illuminati bot. And
I
figure
gotta
out
check
what the-
Snopes and see what the
Yeah.
truth is.
And then you just, whatever makes the most sense to you, right?
It's like that's the one I'm going with.
Jim, you'll be fine. I don't think anesthesia causes dementia.
I'm not sure.
oh,
but,
really?
You never
'Cause
know.
Travis said it. It
I
should be
know.
fine.
Hey, did you ever hear from the
He also
person I
said-
sent you the DM about or no?
No.
Okay.
No.
He also said Coop was coming back.
He did. 'Cause he forgot.
He's He's a notoriously wrong person.
Speaking
his
of
travels.
dementia, some 88-year-old Secret Service agent forgot that he dropped a bullet on fucking somebody's stretcher. I don't even know if I believe that. First of all, why the fuck are you waiting this long, cocksucker?
Wow, he's on his deathbed.
Fuck him.
A lot of times, people later in life.
88 years old?
Well,
Piece of shit.
okay. A lot of times, people later in life, they've lived with something long enough. They're like, I don't have that much time left anyway.
Is he on his deathbed?
Well, maybe not, but at 88, he's
got
not.
a book coming out.
Yeah, there you go. That's what it is. Fuck this guy.
At 88, you're not far from your deathbed.
This fucking guy, if it's true, fuck him. If it's a lie, fuck him. What
There's
a
no
piece
getting-
of shit.
There's no getting out of that.
No.
Fuck you.
If this is true and he really did do that,
Right.
and he knew that the magic bullet theory was bullshit simply by the nature of him then fuck this guy for keeping quiet all these years.
Maybe he didn't want to die.
What's that?
Maybe he didn't want to die.
Who would have killed him?
Who killed everybody else? You
point.
got me.
Good
So what,
point.
he wants to die now?
Well,
he's ready to die.
He said now he's questioning his.
He's 88.
He said he told the Times he.
But he's
always,
putting it in a book, so he's
he
not
al-
that afraid to die.
He always believed that Oswald was the lone gunman, but 6 decades later, he now questions that conclusion.
Oh, my God.
So wait, 60 years later, he
listen to
forgot that he put that bullet there.
Well, listen, this is the story.
Ah, fuck this guy.
A former Secret Service agent. First of all, I love your take. Second of all, a former Secret Service agent who was with President John F. Kennedy when he was assassinated in Dallas nearly 60 years ago has raised new questions about the infamous magic bullet theory and the possibility multiple shooters were involved. Paul Landis, now 88, was a young agent
Sure.
tasked with protecting First Lady Jackie Kennedy as the president's motorcade paraded through the city in 1963. He recalls hearing the gunshot ring out in Dealey Plaza while he was walking just feet away from the president in 1963. He told the New York Times. He then heard an additional 2 shots. And saw Kennedy keeled over in the back of the open limousine. Landis said, all right, with this, okay,
but we were
remember,
explaining this.
We know.
I know. Why don't they tell us who Zapruder is?
Okay.
Fucking assholes. We got it.
Everybody associated with this is just a nuisance. aren't
Stop
they?
summing it all up. We know.
We remember from the Kennedy assassination. From there, Landis's account differs from the government's official findings. You love this, right, Troy?
Well, let's see. Who
Okay.
knows?
In the ensuing chaos, he claims he picked up a bullet that was lodged in the back seat of the car where Kennedy had been sitting and placed it on the president's hospital stretcher for investigators. The 6.5 millimeter bullet, which had long been thought to have been found on the stretcher of Texas Governor John Connally after it fell from a wound in his thigh. Dubbed the magic bullet, the Warren Commission concluded that the shot fired by lone gunman Lee Harvey Oswald had incredibly passed through Kennedy's throat from the rear, then hit Connally's right shoulder, then somehow wounded his back, chest, wrist, and thigh. It is suspicious.
It's a tough one, but the reality is, this guy, I don't believe him. Because why the fuck wouldn't you have said that then before there was all this crazy stuff about Warren Commission, all this crazy shit about conspiracy didn't happen the day, like, why wouldn't you just tell the Warren Commission, like, yeah, the bullet was there,
He said he was never interviewed by the Warren Commission.
Because nobody asked.
but he didn't know to say it when you were on Secret Service detail? I just don't believe him.
Secret Service is notoriously quiet.
Yeah, I'm still, fuck him.
Secret.
He said, yeah, exactly. Nobody keeps secrets by yapping. He said there was nobody there to secure the scene, and that was a big, big bother to me. I almost read it as big, big boner to me.
Yeah.
All the agents that were there were focused on the president. This was all going on so quickly, he continued, and I was just afraid that it was a piece of evidence that I realized right away. Very important. And I didn't want it to disappear or get lost. So it was, Paul, you've got to make a decision. And I grabbed it. At this point, I'm beginning to doubt myself, he said. Now, I begin to wonder.
So wait, this guy just decided
Yes.
to take a bullet off the back seat and drop it on a stretcher.
He was like,
That's
just
how he handled evidence?
for safekeeping.
On the stretcher?
Well, he wasn't there to handle evidence. He's not an investigator.
No, but who doesn't know that a bullet out of the president's back on the seat, you don't just drop on the stretcher?
Well, he
Guy's
said.
full of shit.
Oh,
In the heat of the moment, maybe
he
you're
said it was
thinking-
moving so quick.
I don't believe him.
He was afraid it was going to get lost.
Yeah.
He saw it on the back of the chair.
Did he tell people?
He's telling us now.
Oh, so in that moment he didn't go. I got a piece. He didn't tell the Dallas Police Department or the other people. Maybe he did. I just don't know it.
They were scurrying around.
I've
and then
never heard of
nobody-
this guy.
Nobody asked him.
Yeah, who the hell is this Joker?
Yeah,
That's actually a great question.
yeah. Fucking Paul Landis.
Get the fuck out of here.
I don't
Fuck
believe this guy. Thank you, Troy.
Troy, you don't believe him?
No.
He
No.
was actually he was a Secret Service member that was there protecting them.
Do we know that as official fact?
Well, nobody's doubting his credentials.
I believe he was a Secret Service agent.
he was
Yeah,
there with
I don't think he'd be able to write a book.
he was
Yeah.
there with Jackie Kennedy.
Yeah, I'd love to ask Clint Hill what he.
Are you a lone gunman guy?
Is that
Total
the guy
gunman.
you interviewed?
Clint Hill? Yeah.
Yeah.
Said
Yeah.
and done.
We should reach out to Clint Hill if we can.
Is he still alive?
Yes,
I wish we'd reach out to RFK Jr.
he
Wow.
believes him.
He's
I
got-
already read his
He's got
tweet.
crazy theories.
How do we not get RFK Jr.?
Oh wow, Clint Hill's 91.
Yeah, how do we not get? Didn't we reach out to him?
He was
And
too
what
busy.
happened?
He was too busy.
Okay.
He emailed us back saying, "I'm busy doing every other podcast you can
Literally,
possibly imagine."
Every Tom, Dick, and Harry podcast he's on, except we can't get him.
It's not on Not Sam.
He hasn't stepped into.
I'm
You
sure
know,
he'll
okay,
turn up.
all right. Guess what, Mr. Smartmouth? Challenge accepted.
Yeah.
Let's see if he's in here or my studio first.
I'll get him on chip.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Wouldn't it be great if Jim and I both got him on our solo vehicles?
I'd be so proud of you.
I appreciate
How
that.
do we not get him? That's insane.
I
He
don't-
literally
it's-
is doing every single podcast.
Maybe because he knows that Jim is a denier.
Travis.
What?
You think
How
this
do we
one's?
not get
you think this
RFK
one's on
Jr.?
Travis?
Well, we've been asking him for
Yeah,
months.
how'd you reach out? Did you send an email or did you actually go back and forth?
Did you call RFK?
Did you DM him?
No, I didn't DM.
Why
him.
wouldn't you try DMing?
Slide in, dude.
All right, I'll DM him.
Slide in.
So what, you sent an email to a publicist and never heard back?
Yeah.
And that was the end of it?
And I sent a follow up and another follow up.
Did you call?
Troy.
Why don't you ask the booking department if they can help us?
I
Not
don't
that they
wanna
would.
help.
No,
I
I
don't
know.
wanna help.
But I mean, you still could ask.
Did you ask?
I'm not going to ask the booking department.
They might want to help.
They do not want to help.
Oh,
They don't? Why, have you asked them for stuff and they just don't do anything?
Demi Lovato's coming in here today.
Booking department's a mess.
That's how I feel about BNOC.
And IT.
Did you ever get your thing fixed, though?
It did get fixed,
Okay.
yes. If anybody's listening that knows RFK Jr.,
That's not how you book it.
I don't know how else to do this.
Well,
We've been trying
there's
this
no
for
other way to
months.
do it. We've been trying to get them on.
If anybody's
No, when you
listening
guys
to this
say
show, Sam, if anybody's listening to this show
Sorry.
and knows RFK Jr. or how to get a hold of him,
I'm sorry they're doing this to
can you
Travis.
DM Travis Teft?
And you know what? Even if you don't know RFK, if you just want to DM
If you've heard
Travis,
of him, if you've heard of RFK,
if you just want to hit up Travis Taft just to be like,
if you've driven over the bridge,
that's fine too.
His DMs are open.
That's a good point.
something smells. I don't know if it's me.
It might be you.
Maybe it's all
Do I
the,
smell?
I'll come over and smell you. Hang on.
it could be all the bullshit you guys are spewing Travis's way.
I don't think it's me.
don't smell anything.
No, it just smells like a dirty person.
Definitely not you.
Okay, thank
Let me
you.
smell your microphone.
Could be.
Troy, smell
I've
all
smelled
of
it since I started the show.
Here, we're going to do this.
7 years ago?
The mic
No.
got a wipe pre-show.
No, but it doesn't smell like, it smells like a weird, like,
Troy, come smell all of us.
Turn off Jim's microphone.
it smells like somebody's head.
He didn't turn it off.
Okay.
He decided not to. He decided not to. Okay, it's off now.
Now it's off.
They decided not to turn it on.
Off.
There it is.
That's
There,
how I
now
get
it's
the
on.
button.
Yeah, there it is.
No, it wasn't the smell. It wasn't a breath smell. It was a smell of like the whole area smells like somebody's. You know the back somebody's dirty head smell or neck smell.
Oh.
It's
Troy.
like that. It smells like a
Sam's
seat.
neck.
It smells
man.
like a chair.
I'm
The
nervous.
neck of a chair would smell.
Okay.
And it's in the area. I'm not sure what it is. That's why I wasn't sure it was me.
There's
I'm
a
very-
Lysol right
It's okay?
behind.
Smell great.
I'm just making sure it wasn't my
Yes!
shirt or
For
something.
you, buddy.
I was nervous
But
on
it's
that
not my
one.
shirt.
Is that
Okay.
your shirt?
No, but I was like that smelled like dirty clothes.
Do you want to smell Travis?
Come smell me.
Just to double check?
I washed this shirt the other day, so it should be clean.
It should
Sure.
be.
Yeah, just avoid the white line on the back.
Travis smells good.
Okay.
That's a load off. Was that nervous just for a sec?
I kind of felt like you might lie and say I smelled bad.
Because they were throwing bullshit
He
your
likes
way
to
a minute.
fuck me.
He does. Yes, he does. So RFK believes this Secret Service agent?
Yeah, he
Did he tweet about it?
He tweeted something about it, but
Yeah, I want to see because I mean he is a Kennedy.
I know, but I hate this. I hate this Paul Landis for waiting 60 years and now it comes out in a book.
I do like that
the fuck out of
that
here.
you hate the man.
Well, because he's writing a book. We all know what he's doing.
Right.
Where were you in 1975?
Wow.
He didn't want to die.
They
wanna
didn't kill
die.
Jim Garrison. They're not going to kill him. They're not going to kill a Secret Service agent for saying he picked the
There's a
bullet
lot
up.
of people that died as a result of.
A lot of that's been debunked too. I'm sure some of it has been, but it's bullshit.
What did Mick West say about? Or he only does aliens?
He only does photographic or video evidence
Oh.
on UFOs. He debunks all that shit that's been thrown at us.
That's also shit.
All of it's shit.
It's the final witness.
It's unfortunate.
A Kennedy Secret Service agent breaks his silence after 60 years.
And the name of the book, the whole thing, is about him breaking his
He's
silence.
finally breaking his silence.
Fuck him. It really annoys me.
Well, maybe.
I mean, some people,
Oh, stop it. Dude, that was his job.
Deep Throat waited until he was almost dead.
Deep Throat's
That
job
was
was
a
not
movie.
to be there and guard he was guarding Jackie. If you're there and that's your job and you don't speak up knowing all this controversy about the magic bullet, even in the late 60s.
Yeah, but if you think it's an inside job, and so you are technically ratting out your own people.
But all you're saying is I picked the bullet up and gave it. Like,
But we don't know if he told anybody that or not.
no, maybe he
Just
did.
assuming,
Yeah. Maybe he did.
I haven't read the book. It comes out in October.
The Final Witness?
The Final Witness. It's the final witness.
Oliver Stone's last documentary was great.
What was that
The
about?
Kennedy one. I mean, it goes into.
Oh, it's so long.
It's long, but
It's
it
a
goes
long
into
one.
detail. Things are long because there's a lot of explaining to do.
What didn't I like about I saw some of that. I think for some reason.
I don't think you like the music beds they were using.
Was that it?
That sounds right.
That's about it. That's what makes you
I
hate
don't-
every documentary.
Yeah. Well, probably, yeah, when they're telling you how to feel by the music.
Right? No,
Yes.
they're using.
I don't need that. I don't need to be told how to react. Boom. I don't need
using-
ominous music.
They're using Hollywood tricks.
Yeah, I don't need that.
Hollywood trickery in a documentary.
Yeah, when you're watching something, you can just kind of pick it apart and make your own conclusion.
Accept the facts.
Yeah.
But if you can't get to the facts because the music's annoying you, that's a problem.
What if it's because it's too long?
It's
Yeah.
too long. But it's like if you want the answer, it's like you should then break it up into like, okay, I can handle 45 minutes. Let me handle this 45 minutes. Then let me watch another 45 minutes later. Like if you really want to digest what they're saying and understand it, and be like, okay, I'm open to the idea that it was not
Now-
one shooter.
Oliver Stone does have a point of view, though. We do have to take his work with a grain of salt. 'cause
Yeah,
he
he's
is,
open about it, though.
He is.
He doesn't hide it.
We know he's got a point of view. He's
Yes.
coming in with a point of view.
He's very
It is
open
what it
about
is.
that. Yes.
It was good, though.
It was good.
And Donald Sutherland was one of the narrators.
Did he fart?
He could do that on command.
Instead of as Mr. X.
That's right.
One of the best
Remember when he
interviews.
said, he said I could fart on command? We were like, prove it. He was like, fine.
I respect that. I thought of that recently.
A Hollywood legend. He's like, all right.
That's no problem.
Yeah.
That's easy for me.
Plus, his son is so sexy.
What? Not as sexy as George Kittle. But I see what you're saying.
Yeah, you get it.
I get it.
Yeah, let's reach out to Clint Hill.
Have you not reached out to Clinton Hill?
No, I'm saying in general. Let's do that.
Yeah. Sure.
Well, yeah, we should.
100%.
I would love to know what he thinks. I'm sure he knows this guy. If they're both on Jackie's detail together.
I would imagine everybody that was on that detail on that day should have some kind of connection.
Of course.
Right? Very few people have that perspective. One of the most historic moments of all time.
And they're all almost dead. Let's get the truth out.
So he never told Clint Hill this?
We know the truth.
I don't know. I haven't read the
He
book.
never
Well,
told any of the other agents
I
this?
haven't read The Final Witness yet.
Yeah.
Sorry.
He just kept it to himself? Said nothing?
He didn't
Well,
want to die.
you know, there is a possibility. What about this?
I don't believe that.
That in the beginning, maybe he's not the highest ranking guy. And in the beginning, he wanted to keep it to himself because he was like, oh, there's some trickery afoot. And then years start going by. And then it's his moral compass. He's like, no, I don't want to say anything. And then there's like 20 years where he's just thinking it's been too long. Like if I say something now, it's ridiculous. And then he finally gets to be 88. He's on his deathbed. He's like, let me get this last check, write this book, finally get it off my chest. Get that bag before I go, leave it to the grandkids, and let the world know that what's his name did it. Who was his vice president?
LBJ.
You know exactly what I was talking
LBJ,
about.
CIA. Probably the mob.
What else do I have to say?
Exactly.
This guy he was acting almost as a police officer. guarding the president's wife, and there's a piece of evidence, and he just takes it off the presidential limo seat, and this incompetent motherfucker throws it onto a stretcher. There's not a cop whose first day on the job, and this is before they knew that conspiracy would mean anything.
What about O.J. cops?
The implications.
O.J. cops were carrying around gloves in their pockets.
But they also didn't damage the evidence. That was just Barry Scheck was very good. I mean, Van Natter shouldn't have done that, but
Right? What about
there's a difference.
what about
between-
one of the great attorneys of all time deciding it was a good idea to have O.J. try the gloves on? People make mistakes.
They're stupid. Yeah, no, but I mean, in the weeks that followed, you know, your whole thing is you have the bullet out of the president's back and you just throw it on the stretcher. I simply don't believe that anybody would do that and not tell people. And go, I didn't know what to do with it. What are you, a fucking idiot? They didn't know shots fired, grassy. None of that was being talked about when this happened. So this guy finds a bullet on the seat and just clunks it onto a fucking stretcher
Well, maybe-
where it can be lost.
Maybe he was like, sir. No, he's paying attention to him. Let me put it on a stretcher. That way they'll have it.
I don't buy it. It's too weird for any fucking first day cop on the job to take a bullet out of the back of the assassinated person and throw it on a stretcher and not keep it. Doesn't make any sense to me. I was afraid it would get lost, as opposed to it being in your pocket.
As opposed to good? So
You know what I mean? It doesn't
yeah.
make sense.
Yeah. So you think that, but
This guy
also
stinks. Final witness. Shut up.
But do you think that at 88 he decided like, hey, remember that bullet on the stretcher that everybody knows about?
Yep.
I'm going to take credit for it.
Well, I mean, look, he wants to write a book. He wants to leave something for his family, money-wise,
But
or
that's
whatever.
a wild thing to take credit for.
It is, or who knows? I can't speak for his motives, but I know that even
Well, you said he's a fuckface.
in that moment, how does that make sense in that moment when it's happening before anybody knows the implications of anything? You find a bullet and you clunk it onto a stretcher.
I think it kind of makes sense. In like, I mean, it was such a crazy,
I know.
hectic situation.
100%.
I would not doubt, just in the heat of the moment,
That you would
just
take a
like-
bullet off
and
the
just like- and
seat
just
and put it
throw-
on a stretcher?
Yeah, I mean,
You didn't want stuff disappearing. People were
the
grabbing
president
stuff.
was just shot.
You know, it's the president.
Right, so you
People-
wouldn't put the bullet in your coat. Like, this doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense that it was in the seat. I think he said he picked it up off the limo seat in the back. I'm almost
out of the chair, he said.
out of the chair,
Yeah.
which would be by chair. Do you
He
mean
said it
the-
was lodged in the seat, I think.
in the president's
I think that's what I just
behind the president's where he was
read
sitting?
when I read it.
Hang on, I had his photo up with his cool flip.
From there, Landis account, in the ensuing chaos, he claims he picked up a bullet that was lodged in the back seat of the car where Kennedy had been sitting and placed it on the president's hospital stretcher for investigators. So it was lodged in the seat, not
It's
on the
not
seat, not loose.
Crazy to me, at least.
And it is kind of also, if that's weird behavior, you have to admit it is very weird behavior to at 88, all these years later, to go like, oh, I'm just going to pretend
Sure.
that there's a whole new story with the bullet on the stretcher. Because that's it's not like that's a documented thing. And he's going to go like, nope, I'm just going to, at this point in 2023, make some shit up right now so I can put a book out to feed these grandkids.
But nobody, like not one other person that was there that day, did he say that? Maybe he did. and I've just never heard the story.
And they might be dead too because of old age or
But no, there was a bunch of agents there and a bunch of doctors there and a bunch of there was too many people for that story not to have gotten around. I put that bullet on there. Like I have never heard this from anybody else.
Secret Service. They keep secrets.
I mean, the doctors, the doctor, they had a press conference like immediately after the assassination. The doctor comes out and they're like, "What happened?" They're like, the president was shot in front of his head, and guy points to his head.
Yeah.
People don't talk about that. That's the doctor that first saw him.
Yeah. The Parkland doctors definitely had.
But then again, I once saw a doctor go like, if you get the shot, you won't get the disease.
I saw that too.
Can't trust doctors.
Yeah.
Chad in Virginia. What's up, Chad? Was it Fauci
Hey,
at Chad?
This isn't about the bullet, but it is about the rifle. The
rifle.
Carcano rifle that Oswald supposedly used. If you look at the one that the police hold up that they said that they found in the depository, the rifle sling is attached inside of the stock of the rifle. The rifle that Oswald is holding in his backyard with the newspaper, the sling attaches underneath the rifle, something that you can obviously see from pictures. So I'm not saying it's a full conspiracy, but there is some notable differences right there alone.
See?
Oh, okay. I don't know anything about that.
Nothing?
And also,
No, I don't know anything about it.
The magic bullet that he supposedly laid on there, if it hit a seat of a Lincoln limousine,
Yeah.
it would have been damaged. That bullet was pristine.
Right. I don't think he said it hit the seat. I think he's probably saying it.
No, he said it was lodged in the seat. He said lodged.
Oh.
It said that, yeah.
Oh no, but it could have been between the seat and where the seats meet, the front, and it might have been jammed. If it fell out of the president's back and then it
Oh.
got crushed, maybe he means between where the back and the bottom of the seat meet.
That's possible.
He could have hit the fatty part of his arm, and there would be damage on the bullet.
Hey. Thank you, Chad.
Thanks. Yeah,
Uh,
I don't know about the rifle strap. I don't know.
Rick in Canada. What's up, Rick?
Hey, Sam, how's it going?
Good, man.
Hey, if he would have picked up that bullet, his fingerprint should be on it.
I thought of that too,
Oh,
but I'm
yeah.
imagining they checked for. There's so many investigators have probably handled that thing. I thought of that too, though, but they probably.
Just playing hot potato with it?
Yeah, by the way, another thing that you would, as again, he's not a cop.
Thank you, dude.
But as you pick up a bullet, who picks up a bullet and doesn't check a pristine bullet and doesn't check it for prints?
People responsible.
But do you understand what I'm saying? Like, if you see a bullet in the back seat,
In the moment?
and any moment, you still know it's a crime scene, and I know it's upsetting. But if you see a bullet, you don't pick it up carefully. Like, you don't pick it up with tweezers and fucking
I
put
mean,
it.
maybe hours later when you're like canvassing the scene, but like in that moment, the president's just shot.
I guess, but
you're everything is just a panic and chaos and blah blah blah.
yeah.
The crime scene's crazy. They cleaned out the motorcade within like a couple days. I mean, they replaced the glass, they cleaned everything, all the blood. Like, that's the crime scene. Why are you cleaning all of that out?
Why do you think they did that?
Why do you think they did it?
If you had to guess, Troy.
I don't want to say on the air.
They wanted a clean motorcade. They wanted to use it again for LBJ.
That's good.
I mean, it's just like there's so much shady shit that's behind it. It's just like, why did they do that? Well, what's that about? And like, let's not forget, this also went to court in the 70s, and the U.S. Supreme Court said that the Warren Commission wasn't correct.
The Supreme Court didn't say that.
They did.
It was a.
It didn't go to court in the
No,
70s?
it was a some type of congressional committee on this House Select Committee on
House
Assassinations.
Assassinations, correct.
It was not the Supreme Court.
Okay, excuse
And-
me, but didn't they agree that it was not a
What they heard was there was an acoustic thing that one of the cops heard, one of the experts heard, and they
Unplugged.
said that this is it sounded like a fourth shot.
and what
so
was their conclusion?
that it was not a conspiracy.
That's
However, I'm sorry that it was a conspiracy, but however, that was later debunked because the microphone that they were listening to, they said was a cop's microphone that was on over a mile from the assassination. There was all these police radios on at the time, and they debunked that because they said that they got other acoustic experts. They said that was some kind of a backfire a mile away. It wouldn't even happen in the scene.
Base.
No, but I mean, I know that the thing he's saying.
It did go to court though, and the court
Not Supreme Court.
The House
excuse me,
Select Committee
House Select
House
Committee
on
of
assassinations, right?
Excuse me.
In 75, I think.
It's not court.
It's not the Supreme Court. It makes you sound like your argument doesn't carry.
Plus, how would the Supreme Court know? By the way, if you have so much stock in the Supreme Court, Earl Warren was the Chief Justice, and it's the Warren Commission. So if you have so much respect for the Supreme Court, Earl Warren, Chief Justice, was in charge of the Warren Commission.
You didn't even know that. No. Watch all those hours that Oliver Stone thing. It's just so fucking long. He still thinks they're going to the Supreme Court. The hell are you watching?
Excuse me, I apologize.
Watch how they made "We Will Rock You" again.
I want to know what this Paul Landis, if anybody else heard. Maybe other guys heard him say that over the years. Maybe it's something he said early on and just didn't get, then that's different. But I don't believe him. I don't believe that 60 years later you just go, oh, yeah, by the way, I picked that bullet and threw it in there.
I would love to have this guy on the show so you could tell him to his face.
I would be rude to him. I
I
would
don't
ask him,
believe
though.
you.
I would tell him. I would
And
tell
a
him I
matter
have a
of
hard
fact-
time believing this, yeah.
Whether you're right or wrong,
Let's read the book.
I hate you.
I'm sure he's going to do press. Let's have him in.
I would love to interview him, but I wonder if he's going to be going place to place.
He's pretty old.
He's 88,
Yeah,
yeah.
you should just run him through the ringer.
You think so?
Just fucking tear this guy down, Jim. Turn this guy into a pile of shit.
Exactly. Fold this guy up like a pretzel.
Yeah. Prove what a dick he is.
He probably is.
He looks like just a swarmy shithead who just makes some shit up about the JFK.
I agree.
But yeah, you think he's just making a thing up?
I don't
about
know.
the bullet on the strike. You do?
I don't know what he's doing, but I know that story, after 60 years, sounds like such shit.
Oh.
from an investigative point of view, even if it's in the heat of the moment, you don't know to not pull out a fucking thing lodged in a bullet and throw it on a stretcher. Well, that was crazy.
But if it was lodged in between the seats, that's even more reason. See, the way I envisioned it, lodged in the seat, I thought it meant like it hit the seat and was stuck in the seat. But if it was lodged in between a crack in the seat, then that's even more reason that you would, like they've already got the body. Oh, there's a bullet in the thing. Let me just put it on the stretcher.
But a part of me is if he was going to do
and they're rushing out, right? It's not like everybody's around like, anybody got anything else? Everybody's getting out of there, and they're trying to get the car out of there so they can get it clean for LBJ.
And he said nobody was securing the scene, so maybe that's why I was concerned. I was saying, why wouldn't you leave it in the limo, like so they could? But again, maybe he said he was concerned it would get.
And there are all these people around trying to get souvenirs, right?
Yeah, I just don't believe that he dumped it on a stretcher. It's such a careless. And then he's going, maybe it fell on one to the other. I don't know. Like that's just such a careless way to handle a key piece of evidence, a bullet.
Did he say it was the president's stretcher?
Yeah.
Yeah, but didn't he say it may have fallen onto Connolly's and then as they got mixed up?
Yeah. But still, I mean, the bodies are going to be better protected than the evidence at that point.
Yeah.
Right,
but I keep thinking about how hectic a scene like that is.
100%.
And you're not thinking like, oh, here's a bullet, let me protect it for. You're thinking like, I'll
put it on the where the president's. I don't know. It's just
I'll throw
weird.
it with the president. They're taking the president. There's evidence.
You were at that Olivia Rodrigo thing over the weekend.
Nuts.
It's like that times 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe 2.5.
Yeah. I don't know.
A lot going on. And can you tell me you're accountable for everything you did online at Olivia Rodrigo?
No, not at all. I don't even remember what I did.
Everything's moving so quickly.
Everything's so fast.
Now, in 60 years, will you remember what happened during that time?
No.
Exactly.
No, just make it up. Who
Make
cares?
Up as you go.
You
and write a book.
Right. Oh,
I mean, he's 88. What's he got to lose at this point?
Pop-up shop?
Well, I mean, this guy's got a whole book over this thing he made up.
I mean, it was cool, but
it's all purple.
There's. I mean, what's he gonna do? Who's gonna? They can't sue him. I mean, what's gonna happen to him? Nothing. People will believe him or they won't.
He looks really official with his walkie-talkie and his flip.
It must be a very short book.
And they don't give those badges to just anybody.
No, they don't.
Must be a very short book.
It's a leaflet.
Was he at Comic-Con? I fucking.
He's credentialed.
Yeah, that's the Western Reserve Historical Society.
Yeah.
He's part of a historical society. The guy appreciates history. He's not going to make up lies about history.
Where is he in the motorcade? He's probably right outside the car. Can we see a picture of where he was in the motorcade?
He's hanging with.
It's 240 pages.
240 pages is a good book.
It's a lot of history that we've already heard. And then in chapter 8, the bullet. And he probably goes, yeah, I seen it and I took it and I put it over there. Anyway, and then he goes on.
Well, that's got to be him on the cover, right? Oh, is that?
I assume
one of those guys. Yeah, which one is Clint Hill? Clint Hill is to the right, I think, all the way to the right. That's Clint Hill. No,
that guy.
I think that's Clint
He
Hill.
still looks like he's got the same body type.
Yeah, still in love with her, looking at her. God, you're pretty.
Well, she is.
Yeah, she was all right.
You're such a fox.
Yeah.
Maybe that's him?
It might be, yeah.
I don't know.
Handsome fucker.
But the cover of the book looks photoshopped, to tell you the truth.
The cover of the book does not look real.
Doesn't it look like they just they just photoshopped that, because that's got to be him right there at the bottom, right?
I'm guessing that's him because that's
not it.
This guy.
That's not
very...
a real. No, that's a photoshopped picture.
Maybe is it?
It looks photoshopped to me. It looks like
is that Love Field?
They just plugged him in. Like, yeah, I was right in front of them.
That looks like they were at Love Field, meeting everybody when they got off the plane.
Yeah, that looks doctored. That does look doctored.
Yeah.
Oh, is that him with RFK?
Allegedly.
I mean, but that's not even an important picture for the book. It has nothing to do with it. We don't need more pictures of the Kennedy family.
We don't know who that is. Sam's just saying shit.
It's John Jr.
They got to put some sort of pictures in.
I guess so, yeah.
You got to have pictures.
They got to show that he was close
They
to
got
the president.
240 pages to fill.
I know. It's a lot of pages.
Like, I got this story about the fucking bullet. Like, what else do you want me to write?
Yeah.
Can you imagine the beginning of this book? Oh, I was born in this.
It's going to be a shit book.
Then I went
Chapter 7, walking through the hospital door with bullet in pocket. Fuck off.
That's the name of the chapter.
Did you?
I think it makes you angry. That's what I like about it.
What makes me angry is the idea that this. First of all, it makes you angry too. It's just stop pretending.
I love it. I love it.
But the subject. I trust me. I know. I know. Stop it. You know, like you're just presenting the facts, and everybody else is overreacting.
He's an emotional mess.
He thinks he's fucking Fiona Apple in the Nothing's Gonna Change My World video.
That's right. Everything's just spinning around him. No, I'm cool, man.
Yeah, we all react the same. What makes me angry is the fucking fact that this guy would come out. First of all, if he's telling the truth that he sat on this for 60 years, fuck him. And If he's lying, fuck him. That's what makes me
To
annoyed.
remain
Double fuck you.
unchanged.
Double fuck you. Yeah.
No, it's not a double. It's an either.
It's an either fuck
He's got
you.
one fuck you coming, but regardless. of
Well,
where
double
it's
because
at.
both options. I mean,
Yes.
either option is go fuck yourself.
Right, but he's not going to eat both. He can't get both of them.
Unless he talked about it earlier.
And then you'll take the fuck you back? One of the fuck yous back?
If he comes in, will you take the fuck you back if that's what happened?
I
One
would
of
be
them.
respectful to him, of course. I mean, I'm not going to yell at an 88-year-old
We'll
guy.
play this tape though and be like, here, just so you know, give you a little lead up. This is where we're at.
He would probably understand it and go, yeah, I get it. This is how people are reacting.
A couple weeks ago, we broke it down. This is where we
Yeah,
were
This is
at.
where we're at. You're lying. Why would you handle evidence like that? Were you stupid at that age? Like, if you're good enough,
You stupid.
but you're smart enough and you're competent enough to guard the first lady.
I like that you're asking. I'm not being insulting. I'm not saying you're stupid now. I'm asking, at that age,
Yeah.
were you a stupid
Were
man?
you an incredibly stupid agent? Who? I mean, and if so, how did they put you in with Jackie Kennedy? How were you on presidential wife detail in the motorcade if you wouldn't know not to take a bullet and just flip it onto his? It's like you with the fucking nickel on your foot.
That's right.
Flink,
And I was a stupid kid.
plink.
They got Jack Ruby, huh?
Yeah, didn't they? I think they hooked him up. They injected him with cancer, so he died super quick. Isn't that how that went down?
It's convenient.
Yeah,
Oh, he's got a whole. Look, he's got an American flag on his lawn.
of course.
Come on,
he's not
dude.
even
Don't-
staring towards the camera. His hands are kind of in his pockets, looking off.
Belt buckle.
This guy
That's a
bugs
nice
me.
belt buckle.
He's looking off into the distance about the time when they killed JFK.
Yeah. What do they do?
Just feet away from John F. Kennedy when he was struck down could change the understanding of what happened in Dallas
It
in
won't.
1963.
How many books have come out there? Like, this will change the understanding.
And none of them do. The only thing that would change anything, thank you, of course, that dumb asshole who was in the book depository with the camera didn't aim it right.
Wow, they
Fucking
didn't-
lady with a camera, she aims it at the floor.
She didn't know.
Ooh!
Falling with the agent on the rear right running board, turning around.
So I mean, it's been a wild time for Dallas. You know.
You don't have to say it when you read it.
Well, it's
No,
easier.
Travis had
It's
me.
easier for him.
Yeah.
In a running board.
Now a chance for some mischief.
His must drive his family crazy that he reads out loud to himself all the
Is
time.
that him, Travis, back there
This is him.
on the running board? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, he's close.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
close.
He's right there.
He's V close.
V close.
Yeah.
Is that him? He's the one that jumped on?
No, Clint Hill jumped on the
No, that's
back.
Clint Hill.
Looks like Marty McFly.
Looking
Yeah.
like the man.
Clint
Does
Hill.
look like
Oh, maybe that is him.
No, that's Clint Hill.
Oh, it is? Okay. And Clint Hill talked about standing on the thing and hanging on as they were doing. Imagine that. Like, if
That's
you
a
fall
pu-
off,
that's
they're
a
going to
boss
keep
move.
going.
Yeah.
That's the original plank.
But, dude, no one's helping you. You can't go, can you help me in the car? She's holding her husband's brains. Jackie, I'm falling.
Yeah.
doesn't
I need a
care.
hand. I need a hand. Was he on Mr. Landis identifying himself in a photo?
By the way, they couldn't just
Oh.
put the picture in and circle it. We have to see his old hand and his watch. What
Why?
a shit photo.
They just want to prove that they were there.
It's
Yeah.
painting the picture.
Just
It
put
is
the
painting
picture in the
picture.
book and put a circle on it. I'll
He's-
get it.
He's remembering. He is pretty close to that casket.
Here's
And
a picture
right now
of him
he's-
looking out the window.
He's
It's not
looking out the
helpful.
window,
Reminiscing.
remembering
Not
when
helpful.
they killed JFK.
Not helpful.
Who killed him?
The multiple people.
Ew, so many brains.
Oof. That's a tough picture.
They clean that up real quick, Troy?
I mean, it was right away with them in the windshield. There was a bullet through the windshield. They replaced the windshield.
Shot
What happened to the old windshield?
Oh, you got me.
Broke. We dropped it.
Interesting.
Probably got incinerated.
Glass. Broke.
I don't know.
Well,
I think this guy's full of shit.
you do.
Me too.
Yeah.
100%.
More and more people.
Yes.
More and more people are like, hey, Clint Hill seems to be living on an island of people going like, yeah, it's the official story. It's the official story.
Yeah.
Poor Clint.
Heard the bullets over his head.
Hell of a weekend for Dallas. On one end,
I
they
know, it's
destroyed the
made-
Giants.
yes, absolutely.
On the other end, it turns out JFK conspiracy was true.
Let's try to get this guy on the phone. I mean,
Something.
if he's doing press.
He's 88. I don't know
Yeah, something.
if he'll get Zoom something, huh?
Anything. We'll take anything at this point.
I don't know if he'll know how to work Zoom.
I'll do a phoner with RFK Jr.
Oh, we're not
I'll
talking
do
about
an
taking
email
this guy.
exchange with him.
They're not being fair.
No, Troy. Troy's just trying to cause mischief on a Monday.
He is. He's trying to cause havoc.
Tim Dillon just had an RFK Jr. and Cheryl Hines
Together?
That's right.
together. How fucking awesome is that?
Yeah.
It's
We can't even get one of those
Go
guys.
work for Tim Dillon.
If he had a job opening, I'd
Sure.
probably accept it.
If he wanted a hacky co-host, I'd fly out there in a second.
Yeah. I don't think Tim Dillon would hire you.
Who's Dim Dillon?
Yeah, who the hell?
I'll tell you what, Dim Dillon is the guy that would hire Troy. Well, shout out, shout out to this dude for blowing the lid off this thing. I appreciate that. About time somebody did.
Somebody's finally saying the truth.
About time, right?
You said you don't believe him.
I think he's full of shit. I look at that picture and I'm like, this guy's telling fucking lies.
And he's just sitting in a chair,
That's
looking out a
stupid.
window.
That's so stupid.
There's nothing going on behind those eyes.
No, he looks like Biden from the back.
Yes, he does.
Why would he lie at this age?
Is he just? I don't know. But why would you handle evidence like that at that age?
He was dumb in his younger years.
I mean, I don't believe that you're that close.
You don't get smarter as you get older.
You could read. One could read. You can't read, but one could read.
I can barely read.
It's tough.
It is tough.
I'll look some of the. I'll get a synopsis of the book at least and try to read some. I don't know if I want to pay for it.
Maybe an Amazon preview.
I don't know. It's gonna be a lot of bullshit, and then this one good chapter.
It's gonna be a good
It's
chapter.
gonna say
though.
nothing.
It will say that he put the bullet, and the Warren Commission didn't talk to. Man,
You're like, okay. I say we just get this guy in here.
forget. It's never gonna happen.
Give him what for?
Put him through the ringer.
Just put him through the fucking. As soon as he walks in, be like, hey, dick.
Yeah, thanks for nothing.
Thanks for lying.
Yeah,
Hey.
what, you distracted in the 70s, 80s, 90s, and early 2000s?
Yeah. Why don't you have a seat, dumb fuck?
Yeah.
We got some stuff we need to get to the bottom of here, you liar.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's pretty hostile.
Well, I mean, what idiot writes a book at 88? That's all of a sudden now he's going to crack the case wide open.
Yeah.
Well, he's just giving his perspective.
He's
not
seen everybody arguing about it for 6 decades, and he said not a word. Not a fucking word.
Because that's what he's doing, just staring out the window.
Nobody
Yeah.
asked him.
He's just waiting for his time. He wants to make some money.
Nobody
He's very
asked him.
old, and he's like, I want to leave money for my family. He probably doesn't have a lot of money, and he wants to do something that can make some money.
He looks like he's got money. That's a nice house.
I can't tell. It's probably a studio.
Look at that window.
Who knows what he's looking at? Could be an alley. Hope he's looking into an alley at a wall.
He's got a nice wooden chair.
Look at
Look
that.
at
He
that
can't even
shirt.
get good pictures. He's just got his finger pointing. Me! Pointing at himself.
He looks like he's doing quite well financially.
Oh, I've had enough of this guy.
Look at that belt buckle. Those aren't free.
Yeah.
That is a nice belt buckle.
That guy looks like he's doing just fine financially.
No, his house. You can tell he's on a bunch of row houses.
Big deal. He's living in America.
It could be his neighbor's flag.
No,
Probably,
that's
yes, probably not even his. Probably has an Iraqi flag.
like Sergeant Slaughter.
Yeah. He's an enemy. Republican Guard. Couldn't think of a more recent war.
Oh,
ISIS
yeah. No, that's one.
raises new questions.
Ugh.
Yeah, no, it's
I'm so
really,
tired of it.
I'm tired
I'm
of it.
exhausted.
Where do you land on it, Troy?
At this point, I think, lone gunman. Let's just
Attaboy. Let's just move
on.
forward.
And be
move
done. Lone gunman and be done with it.
Yep.
You guys are so dismissive to new information.
Yeah, they are.
Because we're just tired of it.
You're sick of it.
Sick of it.
It's like, how long do we have to hear about this? And we'll never know exactly what happened.
Well, maybe in this book it
That's
says
not gonna say shit. Why did Oliver Stone interview this guy? No.
he didn't know about him.
Because now he decides to come out.
Well, he's kept to himself.
And you know how people are all on the line because I automatically don't believe him, and people who believe in the assassination conspiracy automatically believe him. None of us have read the book.
Has Oliver
Maybe
Stone-
RFK has read the book.
Has
but I-
Oliver Stone said anything about this gentleman?
Let me check.
Hopefully he'll read the book first.
Maybe he got a copy of it.
Here's what
Yeah,
RFK
it's probably
said.
possible. Yeah.
RFK said, the magic bullet theory is now dead. This preposterous construction has served as the mainstay of the theory that a single shooter murdered President Kennedy since the Warren Commission advanced it 60 years ago under the direction of former CIA Director Alan Dulles, whom my uncle fired. The recent revelations by JFK's Secret Service protector, Paul Landis, have prompted even the New York Times, among the last lonely defenders of the Warren Report, to finally acknowledge its absurdity.
The magic bullet theory is a very tough theory
Well,
to defend. Obviously, it is. It's just not. It's not easy to.
If
defend
not that, then what?
then more than one shooter.
Oh,
But I don't think the idea that the government wanted him dead is crazy. I don't think the fact there was more than one person is crazy. I just haven't seen anything that. Everything I've heard just kind of circles into some weird conspiracy.
what did you hear about the bullet being put on the stretcher?
I've not heard that. Well, who said that?
Did you?
No.
Did you just?
What?
I have a new conspiracy theory.
No.
I heard a sound.
What did the New York Times say about it?
That was it.
It's
The
the
article.
we were just looking at. It's very long, so I cannot tell you right
The whole
now.
book is.
Oh, that's a. I thought that was a book.
No,
No, that's
this
the
New York
article.
Times.
Oh, okay.
I wonder if this show will ever get to the bottom of it.
I think we will.
Why does nobody just assume that he's
We're getting there.
lying?
I'm not. I'm saying he could be.
No,
lying.
no, I mean the New York Times. I mean, this, unless they've read the book and it makes perfect sense, and he told people back then.
Well, he sounds. If you're in that position,
Also, it's his story.
If
people
he
are gonna
told
say you're
people,
pretty credible.
if he told people back then, I'll have a lot more. Because again, before they knew anything, if it was on the record with someone that he was like, "Yeah, I put the bullet," but I've never heard it from anyone or any source or any other person.
If somebody that was at the motorcade is like, I'm ready to break my silence, here's the information that I have, that's credible enough
Sure.
for a news agency to talk to him.
But why wouldn't at that time you have said something? Like it's
Maybe they asked him.
You would tell I put this bullet. You would tell your supervisor. You would tell another agent. You would tell. Of course, you would talk about it. It just happened. I took a bullet. I put on the thing. It wouldn't be something you keep quiet about because you don't know what's going on.
Unless he feared for his professional or personal life.
I don't believe that early on anybody was thinking of anything. Like you said, the president was shot, and when all this stuff was coming up, you would say to somebody, "I put a bullet on the stretcher." Especially when you heard people beginning to talk about it, you go, "No, I put that there." Like, why wouldn't you? There was no grand, the conspiracy. I mean, people didn't see the Zapruder film for 5 years. The public didn't see it for 5 years. So, these guys probably didn't see the Zapruder film. It was held up in the Time Life building.
Maybe he did say something. We didn't read the book.
Yeah, that's possible. He might have. I don't know.
Right.
But I mean, that's why I'm calling bullshit immediately without knowing the facts.
That doesn't seem reasonable.
But I mean, I'm telling you, but I know that. I can only give you what I know, which is...
Maybe put it there and they told somebody and he's like, cool, got it. And then he's like, all right, cool. And then he went on with the rest of his life. And
yeah,
then,
that's
because all the
it's
conspiracy,
entirely possible.
Yeah, all of the obsession with it happened kind of like with people thinking it, like once the Zapruder film was seen. I mean,
yeah, because that kind of changes everything.
Do you think it does or it doesn't?
I don't know, because they say that they couldn't have gotten that time off, like with the gun, but then they've reproduced that and actually improved on the time.
But have you ever shot anything? Like with an actual
Load.
rifle? Well, besides the load.
No, but I mean,
With a rifle, it goes back in the direction that you're shooting.
No, but you're probably right.
So when you see his head go like this in the motorcade and you're saying the shot came from this direction.
You talking about back and to the left?
Yeah, so it means it to what I've seen when I've shot stuff, it'll go like this and his head went like this. That means the shot came from the grassy knoll this way, hitting him.
But there is a picture of his head going forward.
I'm just saying what the Zapruder film has. What you see in the Zapruder film.
But there's a frame of that where if you see it, his head is going forward a little bit. And I'm not even, his head is going forward a little bit and you could see he's leaning forward and stuff is coming out the top in the forward direction.
Oh, how convenient. Take a call, huh?
I have to answer the phone.
Isn't that interesting? Jim presents him with the evidence, and it's
he's like,
back to Jim and Sam.
hello?
Where you calling from?
Hey, it's Paul
Oh,
Landis.
sorry.
It's Paul Landis. Jim's a cunt. Click. Can you find that picture, Travis, of JFK's head going forward?
I
think you can.
Googled JFK head going forward.
Under images.
Yeah.
Under images.
Yeah. It was in Bugliosi's book. It's a...
I will find it for you.
Yeah, it's a 1 second.
I promise that.
Now, Vincent Bugliosi was also notoriously with his cases very married to his own story.
Oh,
Yeah.
what a book.
If you read that,
Oh, what a book.
what's
Chaos.
Chaos? If you read the Chaos book about the Manson murders and the government experiments that were going on in prisons and everything, the author, do you remember his name?
Not Bugliosi.
No. Look it up so we can give him credit. But he talks about when he was investigating the Manson stuff that he spent hours. Tom O'Neill.
Yeah.
Spent hours in Vincent Bugliosi's kitchen with Bugliosi. And I mean, this guy was obsessed with his version of whatever story he put out, presenting all this evidence. His wife is around rolling his eyes like he did. This is how he talks. He does this all the time. And had a major, according to this book, a major resentment with the idea that anyone was contesting his story. He did not like that.
So he was basically an asshole.
Some could surmise that.
All right.
You read that book, right, Travis?
So good.
You could surmise.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think he was wrong a lot.
Right. So it's like, but he
It's
was
possible.
this famous lawyer who definitely had a huge ego, like a lot of famous lawyers do.
And he just
Can't admit anything was
handwrote
wrong.
things too.
Yeah.
It's crazy. He handwrote that JFK book. Fucking 1,100 pages.
Big deal. Mick Foley handwrote his book. That's cool. So cool.
JFK. Just fucking kidding.
Nice.
Sick.
That's so awesome.
You try to find that if you
Just
can.
watch the Zapruder film.
No, but there's
We can
a
examine the Zapruder film for the 1,000th.
You want me to put it on?
You want to examine it? I don't care.
no, but you can't get that. You can't get that frame. I think.
But just if you watch it, tell me what your eyes are seeing, and when you watch that video.
Is there any way the government planted this story today to make sure that nobody talked about 9/11?
That's excellent theory. Excellent theory.
Now I did just make it up off the top of my head.
Yeah, but you're smart.
Oh, thanks.
Okay.
Are we watching? This is the
I
Zapruder
can't watch
film.
the Zapruder film again.
We're watching the Zapruder film. He's like, oh, jeez.
Did you see what his head did?
Yeah, went back to the left.
What?
Same thing your headphones just did. I wish
I
for
tell
the
you
same
what.
reasons.
I tell you what, no part of that looked like it shot him from the back.
Nope. I mean, just use your eyes.
Let me
Just tell me
replay
what your eyes are seeing.
I'll just replay it.
Are you replaying the Zapruder film?
Yeah.
Now, Jim, you've seen this before, correct?
No.
Coming from
Is
the
this
back.
new?
Okay, it does not. It looks like it's coming from
Comes
that.
from the grassy knoll.
That's what.
I mean, come on, just use your eyes. Just what are you seeing?
You think it comes from the grassy knoll or no?
I don't know.
But what do you
What are
think?
your eyes telling you? When you watch that shot, it's behind. You can probably see it better behind you. Tell me what your eyes are seeing.
You want him to watch the Zapruder film?
Watch.
Yes, it looks like it comes from the front. But the reality is, I've seen. Find me that picture of JFK's head leaning forward.
I'll find you a picture. This is Zapruder. This is it.
But it's
a motion picture,
But if
right?
you take a freeze frame from it, it's going to still be doing this.
No, it wasn't doing that. It was doing something else in that moment. I'm just telling you, it's a screen grab of a moment from the Zapruder film. You get more out of freeze framing things than watching it straight through, because it's just simply a frame of the picture, and it was an interesting picture. Yeah.
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 What the hell is going on?
We're just talking about Zapruder film.
I know, but hey, look, it's a story. Hey.
It's a great story.
And we've talked about this just endlessly over years
Look,
and years and years and years.
Hey, Troy.
I feel
first-
like we're coming to a conclusion.
First of all, I know you're always the one who's like, "Are we really talking about this again?" And then you're the one who talks about it. So
it's like we're in. Let's go.
So all right. So stop with the. We always talk about this. Yeah, because you're here.
But I feel like we're getting somewhere.
And second of all, we're not talking about aliens. So it's like, be glad. You know what I mean?
You're right.
Think about it. We could be talking about aliens.
I don't want to talk about aliens.
Did you hear what Avi Loeb said about the stuff at the bottom of the ocean?
What's that?
It's real.
It's from another
Okay.
solar system.
Sure. Okay.
You believe that?
Sure.
I do too. Is that the picture?
Looks like
No, it's a black and
That's
white.
not the picture, dude.
No, there was it was from that, but it was a frame grab, and you could see for a nanosecond his head going forward.
Well, this kind of looks like his head's going forward, but it's just in color. Like it could be the same.
No, but this one actually had.
That's all him getting shot in the neck.
You could see.
Did he get shot in the head and neck?
Yeah, went like this.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then-
jeez. How could Lee Harvey Oswald get 2 shots off?
3.
Skilled shooter.
That quick?
Apparently. He was trained by the CIA.
Why?
Yeah, I'm annoyed that I can't find this picture.
I don't know.
I wish I could find it for you. I'm so sorry.
No, I know this. I'll just find it in the book and take a picture.
We believe you.
We believe you.
Yeah, we
No, but I'm curious about it.
Ah, we're fine.
All right.
All right. We should take a break.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
got a lot of
2
stuff
guests.
to do today. Yeah. Got Aaron Berg and Craig Gass coming in today.
Wednesday night I'll be at the Fat Black Pussycat, and also this Saturday I'm doing a gig with Greg Gutfeld, and
Oh, that's fun.
Nick DiPaolo, and I think Joe Mackey. It's very Tom Shalhoub.
Just make
in
sure you
Reading,
don't go
PA.
political.
No, I won't. I'm going to spit all my lib nonsense. And then September the 28th, this month, I'm going to be in Toronto.
Ooh. Hey, the new Not Sam Wrestling merch drop just went up. Just went live this morning. It's hot fire. Quality is high. Margins are thin.
So buy a lot.
Buy in bulk.
Please.
It's up now. We have, for the fall, Not Sam Wrestling.
Woo!
You
Look
like
at
that?
Yeah.
T-shirts, long sleeves, hoodies,
Damn.
Oh,
crew
nice.
necks, and, because it's cozy season, keep scrolling,
Look at
sweatpants.
that quality. That's
Oh,
good
it's-
quality.
Someone I
it's
know
very
could
high
fly
quality.
in those sweatpants.
What does it say?
Watch the product.
What's that mean?
Well, that's the rule number 1 of Not Sam Wrestling. You come. It's like if
Watch the throne.
it's like Watch the Throne except the product. If somebody has an opinion about something, I'm like, you don't even watch the product. Watch the product.
I saw the
That's it.
MJF video that you posted.
You talking about the world champion?
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, the wrestling world champion just displaying the merch. He said he would never wear it, but he might give it to some rat that he banged on the way out. So that's cool.
Yeah.
And if you are planning on banging any rats and you need something to throw at them on the way out, merch is available now. 2-week pre-order window is open. Once it's closed, it is closed. This stuff will be gone. So go to notsamshirts.com. Go ahead and just check it out. Just window shop if you want. Just browse. Just see if there's anything
Or
you
buy a
like.
couple things.
Once you get there, I'm confident you'll see something you like.
Yeah.
High quality.
It's good quality.
And trust me. No. Margins are very slim. But no, we've got to charge for shipping. Otherwise,
No discount codes.
no discount codes. No. My kids got to eat. But look, you also know that if the merchandise wasn't of the highest quality, the folks in this room would be the first to let you know.
Oh, yeah.
You'd throw me right under the bus.
Under the bus in a second.
But instead,
I'm telling you, this is very good quality.
I've seen you both wear it.
Yep.
I've seen Mike was wearing a Not Sam tank top the other day. He looked better than I've ever
yeah.
seen him look.
Did Bob Kelly got an erection?
He did get
You saw it, right?
Yeah, well,
He sat on it.
tough to see, but
Yeah.
you could tell.
Frame 313.
Okay.
All right, go to frame 313.
Okay, so
A
notsamshirts.com
frozen frame 313.
for frame 313.
I've seen this uncolorized where it like takes out the background stuff, but in color it's a little harder to see.
Here we go.
Frame 313. Okay, there it is.
And you can see stuff shooting out from his head towards the front.
That, yes.
Also, he was holding his neck. He was leaning forward because he got shot in his throat, and the shot comes like this. So if he was already leaning forward,
But I'm saying
when
is
the
the
bullet
bullet-
hit him, then he's going to
then he would get hit back.
Right, but the
Ow, my
bullet,
throat.
but the bullet's already, there's already stuff. I'm not saying it's not from the front, but I'm saying there's already stuff shooting out of his head. Why is it shooting forward?
But if you're already leaning forward when you got shot here, and it's already starting to spray, it's going to cause a reaction to go back like this.
Right, but if
He was shot in the throat.
right, but if you're also shot from,
But if you're already
The
leaning
back.
forward and you're hit, it's going to take a second to react or a microsecond for you to go back. I'm not saying you're wrong.
No, you
but-
are.
but you,
But
did,
when
but
you-
but
but
his head is going forward. There is stuff going out towards the front.
But
in
I feel
both
like
directions.
taking this picture is using it out of context. Because then what does his head do after that?
Well, it goes back.
Right, exactly.
But again, that
Back
doesn't.
into the left.
Yes.
So that would say a shooter from the front.
So you're saying it snaps a certain way when shot,
Right.
but because he's going forward, you won't say that it snaps forward when he was
I'm
shot.
saying he's leaning forward because he's holding his neck.
Yeah.
He was shot in his throat. So he went like this. So he's already leaning forward. So the bullet hit him when his head was already like this. So now you're taking the frame right when it hits and it's starting to spray, and he's still leaning forward. That's when that frame was taken.
Or it was just he was hit from the back and it's coming out going forward.
So then what happens in frame 314, 315?
His head
316?
snaps back.
I know. So, I mean, we're stuck. We're stuck in it. We're stuck in this.
Yes. You thought it went to the Supreme Court.
That
You were
disproves
off.
everything I've
You
ever
were off
said about
about
this.
that. You were
So
off.
what I'm seeing with my own eyes
you
in the
already said
Zapruder
some
film,
dumb shit earlier.
because
It was
I got that wrong.
It was a congressional
What I'm
hearing.
seeing with my own eyes is wrong.
Yeah, eyes make mistakes. Of course, that's why we freeze
Yeah,
frame.
but that's why we were just all examining the Zapruder film.
What's the least trustworthy form of evidence in a court of law?
Eyewitness accounts.
Shouldn't have brought that up.
What's
That is
314?
14? Let me check for you, buddy.
Did you check 316?
315, 316.
Well, goddamn, Sam.
317.
Yeah, 316 is my favorite frame for sure. What?
There's 314.
He's going back. What? To the left. What?
What's
Stuff is still shooting
Let's see, 315.
way out in
316,
front of his head, though.
317.
We could analyze this in some new
No, but do you see
sweats.
there's 2 frames in a row?
I
It's
understand what you're
it's
saying.
It's
going
cozy
forward.
season.
It is cozy season.
But then
My
what
wife
happens?
wants some sweatpants.
His head does snap
She
back.
got it.
I'm going to place an order.
I don't even know why we're arguing about
What a
this.
guy. What a family that.
Yeah, we all know the head snaps back.
I know, but why are we arguing about this?
I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
I was just mentioning a photo where there shows debris going forward.
Have you guys noticed that you guys are super tense, but I'm cool as a
I'm not
cucumber?
tense.
I'm fine now.
But have you noticed I'm cool as a cucumber the whole time?
Yeah, yeah.
You know
Because
why?
you have one in your anus.
No, not this
You
time.
do. I do. I see it.
Not this time. You know why? Because I got
Stinky as a cucumber.
I got my stinky cucumber in, and I got this hoodie on.
You do. It's
Keeping me.
Honey, where's my stinky cucumber?
I need to shove it up
Sam,
my ass.
we're out of cucumbers
Yeah.
again. I don't know what happened,
Yeah.
honey. I don't know what happened.
Well, let's read the book. I'll read the book.
Well, yeah, maybe that'll
And
answer
then
all
maybe
our
that will.
questions. Yeah.
Troy just can't admit he's wrong.
Oh, shut the fuck up. I'm so sick of you. I'm so sick of you.
You are?
We're just. Let's go to break. I'm sick of this.
Yeah.
Sam got you good today.
I didn't mean to talk about JFK again, but the guy did just come
He
out
did.
with this.
The
It's,
guy came out
it's
with
big news. I mean, the Times is writing about
It's
it.
huge, yeah.
Yeah.
And there is a movement to the head that
And nobody wants to admit it.
You talking about yourself or Jim?
Just about what the head's
Maybe
doing.
you're headed out to Vegas this
Everybody
week.
here with eyes
Plan
can see
on
what
making
happened.
things more
Yes.
Now let's go to break. Our guest is here.
Oh, no, you're
okay.
right. You're right. Well, look, as much has gone down this morning, and it was a lot, even more went down all last week on Jim and Sam.
Yes.
Luckily, Mike Montone was able to file this report.
I'm going to shit.
Okay, fine.
Good morning, radio fans. I'm Mike Montone. Here's what happened last week on Jim and Sam. Most of the time, when listeners want a woman to shut up, it's because of something that Travis has said. But Kim Congdon's rendition of Happy Birthday will probably elicit the same response.
Me and my friend sing the national anthem as Happy Birthday. Happy Birthday as the national anthem. It's a better way to do it.
Happy birthday.
It starts happy.
You're just singing Happy
Wait.
Birthday.
No, I'm singing a national anthem vibe.
Happy birthday. Wait, hold
You
on.
guys are both singing Happy Birthday to the
Yeah.
melody of Happy Birthday.
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Kim, I'm going to
Come
tell
on,
you
guys.
something. You and your friends are
Happy
wild. I mean,
birthday to you.
No, we got it.
There we go.
I'm not done yet. God.
Happy birthday
You're still trying
to you.
And then what do you do after this?
Happy birthday to you.
Yeah?
There we go.
Happy birthday to you.
Yeah?
Happy birthday
Right?
to you.
I think you might have lost it.
Sure.
Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday.
Hang.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. I saw you look at my tits in the middle of that.
And the beginning and towards the end.
Well, I'm sure PepsiCo didn't think their iconic Super Bowl ad would prompt ornery comedians to make crude references to the female anatomy. But that's exactly what happened on Sam's birthday.
But Bob's definition of a no-hitter would have to be no foul balls as well, because
Yeah.
technically a
contact.
foul ball is the ball making contact with
Yes.
the bat. It's just an annoying question.
I didn't say
Stupid
that.
question.
Yeah.
He said stupid. I said annoying, but
Yeah,
Travis
because
said,
you're a good person. Travis is an evil man.
that's true.
I'm sorry. Let me add something. Evil
stupid.
little man.
He is a little man. Isn't he?
Evil
He's
little.
a small man.
He's the evil. He reminds me of the evil little king in Disney. Oh,
That's right.
So good to see you.
You see what he thinks of you talking?
Yeah, you just shook Travis' hand in the middle of your.
I was listening. I was listening.
I
have
love this
earphones.
guy.
Play the commercial for Bob. He hasn't seen the commercial.
I do. I'd love to
Now,
see
Bob,
it.
this is not.
We get it, Travis.
It's a Super Bowl commercial.
We get it. And you know what I meant by that, stupid.
He's being snide, isn't he?
He's always a twat.
You're ruining
you know
it.
that.
Stay overnight in a hotel with Jim Norton, and you might catch a woman doing something very dirty, as was the case on a recent trip that he took with Soraya.
How many times did you wash your clothes in the sink?
Just a few times.
What's a few? 5. You were there for 5 days?
Well, I did it once.
No, 3 days.
3 days.
3 days, yeah. Sorry. No, well, you had 3 shows, but we were there for longer.
I did kill Tony after. That's right.
Yes.
Yeah,
5. So 5.
Yeah.
5 days.
I did it once. It wasn't the most hygienic trip.
What did the water look like as you were washing your clothes in the sink?
The water was it was clear.
Was it?
Yes. What do you think? I have
believe that.
dirt on me?
Yeah, I do.
No, I'm very clean.
That's what happened last week on Jim and Sam. To catch up on all the laughter you missed out on, listen to full episodes of the Jim and Sam Show on demand in the SiriusXM app.
We need to pause the hilarity and catch our breath. Jim and
Gas comedy on social media. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I am going back to Atlantic City to make up for the last show that I did there. You ever had a bad show in a city, Jim, that...
Have I ever not?
Yeah. That you wanted to go back and make up and just have a...
Sure.
Last time I was in Atlantic City, they had just opened Howie Mandel's Comedy Club. And I don't think
you had that.
I don't think it's still there. But it was a 600, it might have been 750. They called it a comedy club, but it was a performance hall. And I was one of the first shows there, and they just papered it.
Oh, yeah.
And the people who are hanging out in Atlantic City, available for comp tickets, the room was filled. 660-year-olds. There was nobody under the age of 60.
Oh, wow.
And while I was on stage, people just started leaving and I couldn't see it because of the stage.
Like Giants fans.
But I could hear their scooters.
It's humiliating.
Backing out. Yeah, it was, and the sound of the scooters is bouncing off the walls.
Well, comp tickets, I mean, they have nothing to lose. So they're going to go in. If the 1 or 2 jokes are not for them, they're like, let's go. We're done.
Right. Yeah.
Let's
we
go
were gonna
gamble.
Sit around.
Let's go gamble.
That's true. And there's like literally entertainment under the same roof.
You
That's
enjoying
not
this guy? No. Let's go gamble.
Right.
Yeah, fuck them.
Or worse, they stay and just start talking to each other during your show.
Yeah, assholes.
Yeah, there's cities that you'll fly to where you'll be sitting next to someone and goes, oh, what are you doing when you get to Buffalo this weekend? I'm a comedian. Oh, where are you performing at? Oh, yeah, they always send us tickets. We always get blocks of 50 free tickets. I'll see if we can get some and come see you for free. And that's the worst.
I never tell people if they're like, what are you doing in the city? Like, just visiting friends. Like I always try to lie. I never want to have that conversation. Hi, Aaron Berg.
Aaron Berg is here as well. Troy, why don't you
legendary.
bump
Aaron
that down a little? It's getting a little warm in here.
Shut up, Aaron Berg.
Wow.
Look at
Getting a little
this. Show
warm.
off.
Aaron Berg just showed up. Full tank top, sun's out, guns out. AaronBerg.com, September 23rd at Tiff's in Morris Plains, New Jersey. He's going to be at Skankfest, Street Famous NYC, available at Aaron's Patreon, which is Patreon/Street Famous NYC, where Aaron does hilarious, unscripted man on the street shows. And I don't just say that because the word was written.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
You feel that way. A lot of people are saying it's good.
It's hilarious.
It's popping off. It's viral.
I love it.
Do you guys know each other?
Yeah, we know. I know Aaron.
We know each other.
What kind of stuff are you doing on the streets? Like, what kind of man on the streets?
It's crazy.
Well,
yeah, it's nuts.
Wild stuff?
Unpredictable.
Yeah.
I love
You don't know what's gonna
unpredictable.
happen.
Oh, it's like, okay, picture normal people.
Okay.
yeah.
In the wild.
Oh my God.
Crazy.
Yeah.
You never know what's going to happen.
And like you're just destroying that boundary between performer and audience.
There is no more boundary.
Ooh.
It's like, all those crowd work videos that like pop off when someone's like, hey, where are you from? Is
Those
this
are
your girl?
so good.
I've seen you do some killer ones
They're
too.
great.
You're crushing it with the crowd work.
Thank you. It's hard to do.
Yeah.
With the microphone, I wouldn't know what to ask.
Well, I like when you do it because you'll acknowledge on stage into the microphone, that's a good clip.
Yeah.
And you'll leave it in the clip. So
I
that's
think it's
good.
important.
That's good.
They're really good. The way you do it, you break down the fourth wall that's already been broken down.
Sure.
It's like you come in, you knock it down twice.
Right.
What I do is that on the street, and you never know what's going to happen.
So it's like that on steroids.
Yeah, it's
cool.
like crowd work on steroids. And it's like, are these people going to answer? Are they going to say crazy stuff? And
You
guess
never
what?
know.
You
Most
never
of
know
the
what you're going to
times,
get.
most of the times they say crazy stuff.
Fuck.
I haven't been hit yet. I've come close twice.
That's cool.
Yeah.
For real?
What?
So they almost hit you?
Because you're a jacked up
Twice.
guy, though. I'll bet if you had like little scrawny Sam Roberts arms, you would have been hit many times.
You think so?
I think so.
No, I think people would just think that you're much more approachable and nice, and they'd be like, "Oh, this poor guy hasn't transitioned yet." And
Gotcha.
they would
Gotcha.
probably think that.
Gotcha. He couldn't have bad intentions.
One guy in next week's episode, I'm guessing this will happen because, of course, it's all live and we shoot it in the moment.
Sure, sure.
But probably in next week's episode, this little guy comes up and he gets real offended because I see him and I go, "Look at that wonky-eyed fuck," and then he hears it. And he walks up and he goes, "What are you doing, man?" And I'm like, "Shooting a show, man. You want to be on it?" He's like, "No." And then he just keeps standing there. I'm like, "Why are you standing here?" He's like, "I don't know. What type of questions you ask?" I'm like, "Well, what's your name?" He's like, "I don't want to answer that." I'm like, "Where are you from?" He's like, "Dominican Republic, and my name is Manny." And, it's like, and then he just goes, "So why are you here?" And then I go, "You looking for trouble? You trying to start a fight?" And he's like, "No." And
That was your question to the guy on the street?
Yeah.
The stranger you just met? Are you looking for trouble? Are
Yeah.
you trying to start a fight?
Yeah.
You could
All
see
right.
was his energy kind of like that?
Well, that's
You
what
could-
he was. He was trying to start a fight.
Yeah, in the good eye, you could see. The other one was wandering and dead. But yeah, and then I called him, and he was a short king too. He was probably like 5'3".
I love my short kings.
Short kings are really they're on the come up now.
Big
Short
time.
kings. Yeah.
Big time. It makes me wish I never did HGH.
Really?
Yeah.
What oh, I could see because your forehead.
Yeah.
No, I meant because then I'd be a short king.
Sure,
but
yeah.
sure, my forehead.
Yeah, they wanted babies for the Hills Have Eyes remake.
It's awesome. The show's awesome. I love doing it.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. And I'm hoping then, if it goes big enough, then you just do street famous this comedy club. And then you don't even have to do an act anymore. You just go up and you'd be like, "Hey, you wonky-eyed fuck."
That's great.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, "Why are you talking to my mom that way?" Yeah. That'd be great.
No,
It's
it
good.
is. It's really good. I've been watching it on Instagram. It's
Happy
I didn't know
fun.
about it.
Happy Pete Davidson Day, guys.
Yeah.
That's right.
Happy Pete Davidson Day, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you're an American citizen now. This is a big
Yeah,
deal
but
for
this
you.
is a big deal. I was on the bus. It was late because some guy got up and he's like, "I'm taking this bus
That's
to the
terrible.
Port Authority bus terminal." And I was like, "That's where it's going." And it was the driver. Do you still think stuff could happen? Because everything was slow today, and you guys attribute it to everybody being back, and Labor Day's over and people are back at school. Do you think there's still a buzz? You never know. 9/11's still unpredictable, right?
I never think about it. I literally wouldn't have known it was 9/11 if I didn't like it. No.
You generally don't. You also didn't know the NFL started. You just don't
No.
know what's going
That's
on.
crazy to me.
I didn't know that there was games. Just I had no idea.
Jimmy's team comes out the gate and just beats the fuck out of
Why are you saying Jimmy's team?
They were
He doesn't even know
historically.
It's always been Jimmy's team.
I stopped
He didn't
watching,
even know
though.
the season started.
Yeah, he's a big Cowboys fan. Everybody
big.
knows that.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Thank you.
This is how fruity I am about the NFL. Every year at kickoff, I text a fan for each team and say, "Good luck to your team this year." But I always pause with Jimmy because I know Jimmy will go, "Ugh."
Yeah, I would never.
But also, he'd go like, "When are they starting?
When are they-
Yeah.
When is it? When are they?"
And that's only because they've just frustrated you that you don't watch them, right? Because I know that you
I'm
will
just
follow 'em.
done with them. But for what? Like it's the idea of putting so much anger into the physical attributes of other men.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what am I doing? It just annoyed me. Watching fights, I'll kind of, sometimes I'll root for one guy or the other, but I don't put the type of thing in because next week it's a different fight with different guys. It's a different thing when you're watching.
You're not
fighting.
invested into one.
Yeah, you're not as
specific-
invested. I don't feel like if Adesanya lost the belt, he didn't let me down. He was just a guy who lost the fight.
Right. You
But-
appreciate the art.
Yeah, I watch it much differently, and I don't invest any type of anger in it.
Right.
Do you break things when your team loses?
Like Fred Durst.
I have, yeah.
Hymens.
Yeah, my own backdoor hymen with my finger. Yeah, that was the fucking Leon Lett kicked football into the end zone on Thanksgiving. Fucking 2 fingers right in my shitter. And they had lost to the Giants actually earlier that week. They lost 2 games. It was 94. 2 games in fucking in a 7-day period.
You remember? Those,
Still remembers, yeah.
those
Yep.
were the days, right?
Yep.
Were they?
Yep.
I guess. I mean, I don't know if we're ever gonna live. What the highest point in your life was? What?
Today, dude, when
It's
you
not
walked in the
this.
door.
It's
I
not
like
this.
that. I like this positivity.
Yeah, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
You that in the moment now?
I'm in the moment, dude.
All the time.
All the time, man.
Everything's positive.
What's amazing for my life is every day has been slightly better than the last for 40 years.
And yet you've had
It's
the
an-
exact opposite effect on everyone who knows you.
It's all been downhill for everybody else.
Every day gets exponentially worse.
Yeah. What was the best time for you? 2000s, early 2000s.
I mean, career-wise, I fucking peaked, I'd say, 07 or 08. But is the greatest moment? I don't know.
As a person, when do you
Happiest you've been in your life, probably now. You're
Taking my
probably
photo
happier.
with Black Sabbath is probably the happiest moment of my life.
I would have guessed I would have guessed
All
that.
4 guys holding their Rock and Roll Hall of Fame trophies. I just knew that this is a moment that no one else alive has.
I would have guessed something Black Sabbath or just Ozzy related.
Yeah, I would say that.
Living or dead? Yeah, like human or not. What is the most important thing to you in your apartment?
Look at that picture. Boy, you were fat, huh?
I was. Yeah. Well, also, my shirt is, my jacket's open, and I'm wearing a white shirt. I'm not as fat as I look.
No, that's the
but
worst type of fat. A tucked in white shirt.
And the pants are big.
Yeah.
But suspenders, I like. Did you have a tux on?
Yeah, I know, but a nice suit, and I had I have it
It
hanging
looks
up,
like-
and it's been signed by everyone.
It looks like a tux. It looks like the lapels are
Maybe
satin.
I just don't remember.
And you guys hung out before this photo? You were talking before this photo?
That's a long story. I had lunch with Iommi that day.
Yeah.
And he's the one that actually
this is
helped
the
me
good
get.
old days.
He helped me get that picture because Ozzy was walking away. I didn't know Ozzy yet, and Tony's like, "Oz, come here," and then they took the picture. I can't believe I got it.
Yeah.
Can't believe it.
And now you and Ozzy are friends.
Yeah, I know him now. It's back then. It was 2005.
You guys
So-
hang
We're
out?
6.
So the most
That's
important.
the best moment of my life right there.
Best moment of your life.
100%, without a doubt.
So the most important. And you could just tell us, fellas, human or not, the most important thing to you in your apartment.
Is that thing signed? That picture signed.
The picture.
All of them?
I have all 4 of them signed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
Now you-
this big on my wall.
Do you have
It's just awesome.
You have a person you reside with.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Just making
There's
sure.
9 posters ahead of her.
Okay.
Jimmy, there's no comic that you've ever met that you thought was as big of a deal to you, like Carlin or anybody?
Yeah, I met Carlin a few times, and Pryor I met once, but I didn't get to really. Carlin I interacted with. That was actually doing Tough Crowd with Carlin was pretty amazing too.
Ali.
Yeah, but I didn't
This is
know
your
Ali.
people.
Yeah.
This is your people.
I saw Ali at a Phoenix Suns game, and I knew we were going to take the same exit out because we were both in this section where we had access to this private exit. And when I saw him getting up to leave the game, I got my buddy. I go, let's get out there. We get out in the hallway. But Ali was in such bad shape, like he had 2 people holding him as he was walking, that I just thought it would be really rude to like say, hey, can I just get a picture? And so I
slide in
just
there.
Yeah, I just waited.
Ask the 2 guys carrying him for autographs.
Yeah.
They drop him.
Yeah, you lay next to him, take a photo.
If I didn't know, which I don't, if I didn't know this band, they're called what? What are they called, Jim?
Black Sabbath.
Black Sabbath.
Come on.
If I didn't know,
Hypothetically.
if I didn't
Come
know this band, here's who I would think these people are from left to right. A young James Gandolfini,
Okay.
Wayne Newton,
I see
Ah.
it. Yep.
Jim Norton, I would know.
Of course.
Lou Diamond Phillips, very sick. Bruce Jenner.
Yeah, no, I see all of that. I
Yeah.
see all
Yeah.
of that.
That's who I would see. But
Yeah.
these guys rock real fucking hard.
Like the band Black Sabbath?
Compare them to AC/DC.
You don't know about Black Sabbath?
ACDC's pretty heavy,
They
yeah.
rock.
They do rock hard.
ACDC's pretty,
Pretty
yeah.
heavy duty.
Pretty
Now,
heavy.
Craig Gass, do you have a photo with the original 4 members of KISS in their paint? Because that's the only, we've discussed this with Jim.
Yeah, it's boring to the fans. But
It's not boring to the fans.
Not the original 4, but I do have pictures. I brought Jim into a meet and greet once to
right.
take a picture with
Ace?
the guys.
Oh, no, I brought you to Ace.
Did you ever meet
You
the
brought
Hawk?
me to one.
Wait a minute, we did.
I brought you to meet Ace, and you brought me to meet, I'm sure, someone else.
Yeah, Jimmy brought me to meet Ace. I had just met Ace earlier that evening. A buddy of mine that works for Ace brings me in. He goes, "Hey, Ace, this is Craig Gass. He's a stand-up comedian." He goes, I love stand-up comedians. And then we just kind of stood there awkwardly for a few seconds, and they said, all right, have a great show. And then I see Jimmy during the show, and he goes, hey, you want to go back and meet Ace? And I said, I already met him. He goes, come back. He loves comedians. We'll come back. So we go back. Him and Ace are like fucking love each other. And he goes, oh, by the way, Ace, this is my buddy Craig Gass. He's a stand-up comedian. I just met him 3 hours earlier, and he goes, I love stand-up comedians.
Yeah, he might not have
Yeah.
remembered.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, Ace was amazing. I actually got to meet Vinnie Vincent, who
Wow. That's,
There's
yeah.
a conversation just for me and Jimmy.
No, yeah, he was in KISS.
He rocks hard.
Yeah.
Bro,
Vinnie
let me
Vincent
tell you about Vinnie
rocks
Vincent.
Let me
hard.
tell you about Vinnie Vincent.
Rocks.
That guy disappears.
Yeah.
But rock.
When did you meet him?
A year ago.
Oh, okay.
A year
So,
ago.
yeah.
Vinnie Vincent disappears
Right.
for 20-something years. There's rumors that he's transitioned.
yeah.
The Ankh.
Yeah. And
Good looking man, by the way.
Beautiful man.
Good
yeah.
cheekbones,
That's
good
what-
facial
that-
structure.
That's Travis's favorite Kiss member.
Yeah, there was rumors that he had.
That he
transitioned, and then he came out of hiding to do a special event, and he made a ton of money at the special event. And sometime after that, I got asked to perform. A couple comedians got asked to perform at this Kiss-related event that he was at, and I got put into a meet and greet with him. And all I wanted to do was walk up and just
grab her tits.
Close. I just put my hand in the middle of his back, and I went, "Yep, bra strap." I knew it.
Was it really?
It was a bra strap. Yeah.
Wow.
You
Oh,
heard it
that's
here
true.
first.
It is true.
Well, it's obvious now.
But you could have a bra on, not have transitioned.
But it's obvious.
I need one. Fat pig, selfish fool.
It is obvious now when you see him that he's transitioned.
Ah, wow.
Good for him.
Yeah, shout out to
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
Ankh.
Absolutely.
But still going under Vinnie Vincent, though.
Still going under
Okay.
Vinnie Vincent. Yep.
And
Do you have anybody, Ehrenberg, that you freak out like this for? Like that? It doesn't have to be a musician. Just
I'll tell you who it was. I'm so embarrassed of it.
Epstein.
We were on this plane, and my jaw drops, and I'm like, I can't believe we're gonna fuck these kids.
Right.
And I get so excited.
Yeah.
It was the worst one. Mine's the worst one. It's so embarrassing. This is the most
Comedian?
starstruck I've ever been.
Or
Ish.
musician. Okay.
Ish.
Comedian-ish.
Nardwar?
Saved by the Bell guy?
That same night, I saw Hank Azaria. There was something happening at Joe's Pub. So I'm like, oh, that's Hank Azaria. Which back then, and this is before Hank went like totally woke and apologized for all of his
Sure.
characters on The Simpsons. Hank still, but the baseball show he does is really cool. What's the name of the baseball show he does?
Yeah.
Brockmire. Very cool.
Don't know.
And then I saw the guy, and I got so starstruck, I was like a fucking idiot. And I'm going to tell you,
Hank Azaria?
no, this guy rocks hard.
Wait, does he
people
do an
who rock.
animated voice? Let's guess.
Leslie
He
Nielsen?
has, but he's no Hank
Seth
Azaria.
Green.
He was real tight with David Letterman.
Justin Stengel?
Paul Schaefer.
Oh, love Paul.
That was your like.
But to get starstruck over Paul Schaefer,
Why
Like-
not?
it's idiotic.
No,
why?
no.
No,
We're
you're right.
under scaffolding,
Aaron's right on this one.
and I walk up and I go, "Hey, Paul," and he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Aaron Berg," and he's like, "I'm like, I'm a comedian too from Canada. I moved here from Canada too," and he's like, "Nice," and I was like, "Aaron Berg," and I put my hand out again to shake his hand, and I was like,
You're
"What did I
excited.
just do?" Over nothing.
I
He used
get
to play
it.
the piano fast.
Yeah.
That was all he did.
Yeah.
But you
cares?
grew up loving the Letterman show. That
Yeah.
makes sense. If Fred Durst walked in right now,
Oh, I'd start breaking
Sammy-
shit everywhere.
Sammy would freak the fuck out.
Really?
I love Fred. Who's not? What's not to love about Fred Durst?
I don't
It's
understand.
just one of those days.
It's because we grew up on. Look at him.
How old
Look
is
at-
he now?
He
Fred
looks like
Durst?
Dana
Is he
Carvey
73?
in Master of Disguise.
Yeah, he does.
What's
the
interesting-
turtle thing.
Yeah, 73.
What's interesting is Paul's a really easygoing guy.
Yeah.
You creeped him out.
Yeah, I creeped him out
You got
real
him
bad
to-
because it was dark out. It was scaffolding. We were
Aaron
like,
Berg.
I'm Aaron Berg.
Aaron Berg.
I'm a comedian too, from Canada too. And he's
Okay.
like, okay. Aaron Berg. The two handshake. You
I'd
ever
love
done
to
that?
know, what is his relationship with Letterman? Are they friends, or is it like a weird thing where Dave was always your boss? Do you still see it? Or is he totally comfortable with Letterman, or is there always that weird thing because Dave was the boss? Like, I always wondered that with Carson and McMahon, too. Like, is there a comfort level, or is it just at the end of the day, we're done?
I mean, they worked for years.
Letterman
I bet they
obviously
still-
loved him because
he
he would
probably
always
invites him to stuff.
Yeah, and like you don't like the way Letterman does his show. He would just ask Paul for his opinion about whatever, and you don't do that if you don't like just get a genuine kick out of somebody.
Sure.
She wore a tie, and then he'd play the keyboard.
Right.
Remember that? He'd just
Right.
say something weird, and then
And then
play the
Letterman's like,
keyboard.
"This guy's great."
But weren't there stories of people working on Letterman's show that never got, like, there's writers who never got to talk to him? There was, like...
He was a bit of a cold fish, like...
Aloof.
A little aloof,
He
yeah.
was-
You have to clear the hall when he went. It was weird.
He was the last of the great late night guys. But people were freaking out about Fallon this past week, saying Fallon
Toxic
was a tough
work
You know what?
Everywhere's hard to work.
People
That's
are
why
fucking
it's work.
bosses are dicks. Get
Yeah.
used to it. And especially when you're doing something like the Tonight Show or anything, there's so much pressure from the network, ratings, and they're like, "Well, if he was in a bad mood, everyone was in a." Yeah, that's how it is.
Yeah, it's TV. I'm not even on it. How mad do you think I am?
I've been told no, I couldn't go on Fallon's show.
Yeah. I get that.
They won't have me on. I do too.
I got told that.
But still.
I sent a tape. This is what he wrote back. And I love him. He's a real nice guy. And he goes,
Hand gesture in the middle.
He goes, it's not for us. Feel free to submit it somewhere else. And that's it.
That's nice.
And I showcased for them once.
Michael?
Yeah, Michael.
Yeah.
And I showcased for them once. I'd hosted 5 showcases for them. And then he goes, we want to take a look at you. And he goes, oh, you have other spots tonight? I go, yeah, this is what I do for a living. I got to run around.
Yeah.
And he's like, we're going to throw you on first, which is the ultimate, like,
Sure.
I should have closed the show out. You know what I mean? So I didn't get it. And then the tides changed, and now everyone's crying inside the office. I bet they'd be happy to just get back right now with that strike.
Yep.
I bet they'd take a lot of crying in that office. Strike's almost over. I got inside information today.
Oh, that's true.
Is that right?
From whom? Paul Schaefer?
Yeah.
The writers or
Paul Schaefer.
Yeah.
Paul Schaefer?
I'm Aaron Burr.
The writers strike or SAG?
None of them. I don't know.
Oh, you just made that up?
Yeah,
Aaron
yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
have any inside information.
Paul Schaefer hosted that. Remember that roast of Richard Belzer?
That's where I met him. That's many. Didn't Voss do that? I went with Voss, but Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken.
Yeah.
And there was this amazing thing that happened right before that show. Gilbert Gottfried was supposed to he was invited to sit on the dais.
He was here yesterday, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gilbert.
Still bringing it.
Right before the show, they said, hey, Gilbert, we're going to put you on right after Christopher Walken. And he had no material plan. He thought he was just sitting on the dais.
Sure.
And Jimmy and Voss wrote a set for Gilbert right before. You don't remember that?
No.
You were feeding him jokes.
Really?
Yeah.
I have no memory of it.
I remember Voss tried to give him a few jokes, and then Gilbert decided, I remember there was a conversation about, you should just go on and just be disconnected to the whole thing. And he goes, yeah, I think you're right. And he went out on stage, and they said, ladies and gentlemen, next guy, joke, please welcome Gilbert Gottfried. And as Gilbert walked up, you could hear him off mic saying to Richard Belzer, I'm sorry. I'll do the best I can. And then he went on stage and said, just insert the name Richard Belzer wherever you'd like. And he did 5 minutes of pedophile jokes. Do you remember that?
No, I have no memory of it. I remember meeting Christopher Walken. That's all I met from that night. Remember from that night.
He did 5 minutes of pedophile jokes. Nobody was laughing. There's audible gas coming out of the audience.
Oh, this is great.
And then he leaned back and said, in closing, how do you get a homo to fuck a woman? You stuff her cunt full of shit. God bless you. And he got a standing ovation.
I don't remember that. I know that joke.
Yeah.
And it's also accurate.
Yeah. You met Christopher Walken, though.
That's all I remember is showing him where the bathroom was.
Did you get a picture?
Yes.
I'll show you for a picture.
Can go piss in there.
Yeah.
Shatner was there,
It was
too?
Christopher Christopher Seinfeld. Yeah, Voss was on it, and I was just writing some jokes with Rich.
Yeah, it
and
was
Christopher Maloney, Paul Schaefer was there. Alan
Paul
King
Schaefer.
was there.
I know.
Bill Maher was there.
Was Bill Maher there?
Yeah, Bill
I
Maher.
didn't remember Bill Maher.
Bill Maher.
Belzer was very nice.
Belzer was amazing.
Belzer was a king.
He was very nice. He was always nice to me when I met him. I heard you hear mixed things about him from people, but every time I met him, he couldn't have been nicer.
I met him at the Friars Club, but this was so. I mean, is he still alive?
No, he passed away.
He just passed.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah,
Like in the
Yeah,
last
I met him
Friars
actually at Club Babylon in Miami. He was doing a gig.
Yeah, it was a good show.
Yeah.
Remember that? And remember the dancers that would come out? There was a big-headed dancer.
God.
Yeah, I remember that.
Jimmy, is that picture from that night?
Violent
Yeah,
Place.
and he was wearing sweatpants. Christopher Walken.
You like to watch me on Star Wars.
Yeah.
Belzer that night did a thing that
I
was.
love that you can see his sweatpants waistband,
Yeah.
by the way. If you look at his waistband, it's clearly sweatpants.
It's a great picture.
Belzer did a thing that night. Do you remember the dinner beforehand? They had like a formal dinner.
No.
They had a
Jim
formal
doesn't
dinner
remember
at
any of
some restaurant, and then they shuttled us, all the performers, they shuttled us over to Town Hall. And at the dinner, Belzer had me sit at his table, and he gets up and he goes, Chris, get over. Chris, sit over here between, you know Craig Gass? Sit between me and Craig. And I look up, and it's Christopher Walken. He sits down. He looks annoyed. Because there was a steak at every seat. He's cutting a steak, and Belzer's talking to him. Walken won't look at him, and he goes, all right, listen, Chris, I know a lot of people do an impression of you. You got to hear. And I go, oh, no, Richard, he doesn't want to hear it. And he goes, no, it's fine. And he goes, Chris, look up. Chris, will you look at me? Look at me. Now look at Craig. All right, Craig, go ahead. And he couldn't have looked more annoyed. He threw down his utensils and said, go ahead. And I went, I don't know if this sounds like you or not, but what I try to do is I try to sound as weird as possible. And every once in a while, I say the word cowbell. Pow! And Walken just went, wow. And he went back to his food. Just
I don't think he
shit
was
on me.
impressed.
Yeah.
Was he was not happy?
Wasn't happy.
Isn't that great?
Even worse, Belzer said, hold on, have you ever heard anybody do Adam Sandler? You ever heard
Oh,
him
my
do?
God.
And he was making me go through all the impressions until Walken finally said, listen, I get it. You're talented. Good for you. And I went, I'm not.
Yeah.
Belzer's trying. I was really.
You got to say no, though. I would have said no. Can't do it. Richard, no.
No.
Your roast, your night, no.
I've lost it. I don't have the gift
Won't
anymore.
do it.
Sorry.
We're here on this planet where all these strange, beautiful women are.
It's because of moments like that you learn to say no.
Yeah.
I have a transponder.
Yeah. The best kind of ponder. Yeah, I would say no to that. But I understand it's embarrassing.
And it's because of moments like that you realize there's just certain moments when someone pushes you, don't do it. If it doesn't feel right, don't do it.
I just refuse. I outright.
I can't do impressions at all.
Really?
At all. I mean, the Walken Shatner that I do is really good.
those were great.
You got a Paul Schaefer?
I do like a Trump in jail joke now, and I start doing it, and people are like, this doesn't even sound like Trump at all. And there's so many guys that do it so well, but I don't want to throw the joke away because it's a great joke. Maybe I could do it without the impression. I'm Donald Trump, and I'm in jail. Hey, this is great. What, could he talk like that?
No. No.
Listen how bad my Trump is. I love it in here. It's great. It's so bad.
No, it's horrible. It's
so bad.
hideous.
I don't even know the hands. I don't know what
It sounds like Eric Trump.
Yeah. My dad is cool. I love him. I do coke. I can't
it sounds
do
like from a different country or something.
I'm really starting to realize I have zero talent.
You know what? It sounds like somebody who doesn't speak English natively doing a Donald Trump impression.
Yeah.
You sound like Eric Roberts.
Eric Roberts says I have zero talent.
No, you just.
Poker Greenwich Village. I worked with Eric Roberts before. I don't know.
Wish I did.
Zero talent. Zero talent.
I like that.
Thank you.
I like it. As opposed to this, Roberts.
It's you because
That's me. My name is also Roberts, but it's not Eric.
Eric.
He's too positive now. Have you talked to him lately?
I've never met Eric Roberts.
I talked to him on a podcast with Ralph Sutton.
Oh.
He's so positive. He's like, I love my wife. I love my job. We've got 40 movies coming out and blah, blah, blah. Literally 40 movies.
Yeah.
Oh, he'll just take anything now.
Yeah, because he does whatever, right?
He does whatever.
I love actors that do that.
Yeah.
I love actors that they're like, this is my rate. It's quite affordable. And anyone that matches my rate, I will do that.
And I'm working because they realize the
It's
integrity of the business after a while is like, I mean, even De Niro, Pacino, all those guys.
That's why Frank Stallone is a king.
Yeah.
Because Frank Stallone said, he was like, I do anything. And he would get there and he'd go, I knew that the only reason that they put me in this movie was so they could write Stallone on the movie box and put it in Blockbuster and trick people into buying it. But I did not care.
You wonder if Sly cared or probably not.
He was probably annoyed by it.
Maybe, yeah.
He was probably annoyed.
See Frank on the sidelines when Stallone was talking to the Pope the other night.
I saw him. Was he singing to? They showed footage. They showed a picture of Stallone with his dad and Frank from 1965 too. They were in Italy together. It was weird. It was a picture of.
See that.
Yeah. It was like Sylvester Stallone was 19, and he's 77 titles.
Eric Roberts has 77 titles on his upcoming.
He's probably doing
IMDb
those 2 days like Bruce Willis would do. You knock it out in a day or two. You get X amount of money for a day, and whatever you need, I'll do.
Didn't he do a run on the last season of Righteous Gemstones, or am I crazy?
He was on Righteous Gemstones.
He was,
the
right?
second last one.
Second
last season.
Okay. Yeah. He was great.
He's
That
a
show
wonderful
was so
actor.
good.
He's
so
very good.
fun. One of the movies is called Jingle Smells. I like that.
No, really?
That sounds exactly like Jingle Bells.
Yeah, but that Christmas vibe.
Yeah, Christmas vibe. It's probably.
Is it a kids movie?
I don't know. I just saw it. I think it's about a guy that lost his sense of smell during COVID, and then he still got to deliver presents.
War vet Nick Gutman is forced to take a job with his dad's quirky garbage men buddies. Oh, when tasked to destroy canceled toys before Christmas, Nick takes on the secret identity Jingle Smells and becomes a Robin Hood of the holidays.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That sounds really good.
Yeah.
I get. So the toys are canceled like
Yeah.
Like politically canceled.
You think that's what it is?
100%. This is an anti-woke movie for sure. Oh yeah, Victoria Jackson's in it. It's got all the all-stars in it.
my.
I bet Kevin Sorbo's in it somewhere probably. Hornswoggle's in it. That
Sean
rules.
Hannity.
Yeah.
Hannity's in it. Yeah. Let's really hit him
Ben
back.
Shapiro is. God, they got to start making movies like that. Sean Hannity's really in the movie. I thought you were joking.
Yeah, as
great.
himself.
That's great.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds like a great movie. And you know Hornswoggle's playing an elf. God bless him.
Can Hannity
Brewer.
act? Who knows?
Jim Brewer's going to do Goat
Well,
Boy.
Sean Hannity's playing himself.
Oh.
Yeah, it's probably like, these toys are being canceled. What's going on
This
with
is
this?
terrible.
Yeah, I can't want to hear
Oh,
my
they might have had him do like a.
I thought
a
Sean
Fox
Hannity
News
was,
bit.
I thought he was sitting next to me for a sec.
Yeah.
That was actually pretty amazing.
I'm Sean Hannity, and this is the news.
That's good.
That's what he says, too.
Honestly, yeah. I thought Caliendo was good.
Kelly, I can't do any impressions. Can't sing, can't dance. I have no rhythm. My wife's trying to teach me how to dance.
How's
around
that
my
going?
house. Not good.
Poorly.
Do you dance?
So good.
What do you do?
All kinds of shit.
Yeah.
It's wild. It's wild.
She's like, stop lifting your feet. Just feel it in your hips. And she'll literally clap. And I have to keep to the rhythm.
Oh, to
That's
the-
how bad of a
Yeah.
dancer I am.
Yeah.
At home, she does this.
Yeah. And I used to strip.
Yeah, how did you strip?
How did I get away with that? I don't know how
You
I
got
did
that
it.
rocket bod.
Yeah, it's a rockin' bod.
You forgot about your rocket bod.
Cock is coming back big time.
It is?
too.
How you getting that back?
T.
T? Like
Yeah.
I thought
like,
that made it shrivel.
No, balls.
Oh,
gone.
testosterone.
Is your bag shriveled?
Yeah, way
Oh.
shriveled, tiny.
But what do you
Balls
need that for?
That big. You
Big
don't
deal.
fuck with your balls.
Huh?
You don't fuck with your balls.
Fuck with your dick.
Nah, yeah, no, I know. But I like
It's
to
good.
shove them in there to make up for the lack of filling.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
I'm feeling sexy.
You
I'm gonna
are?
be 51 this week. I feel sexy.
Shout out to you, by the way.
Feel sexy.
You
None
don't
of-
feel sexy?
Not one of us could pull off the wife beater like you do.
Not at all.
Thanks, man.
I'm
Yes,
probably
it
second
was
place.
cheat day yesterday too.
And I can't tell.
2 burgers with buns, pizza from the stand, some Halo Top ice cream with hot fudge on it.
What are you doing?
How
The
often
Rock
do you do that?
Johnson?
Once a week.
Oh,
Yeah. You do it?
no.
You got to.
I'm back on my dogs. I'm a fat-titted
Yeah,
pig.
but you got to do.
That's
You
why.
got to cheat.
I'm a blubber-sided pig.
Is that why you're on your diet?
No.
Cheat fills you up. You look great, by the way.
Thank you. I'm a fat-titted pig.
You are?
Yeah.
Oh.
Really?
Clothes don't fit me right.
What are
They
your
don't?
nipples like?
Small. I used to like them teased and toyed with, but not as much in my later years.
Mine
Why,
are too
you-
sensitive now.
I diddle it when I
Oh.
jerk.
Yeah.
Yeah, get normal nips.
Do you think that they're too sensitive because of the testosterone add to the sensitivity?
Yeah. If you look at pictures of Rogan when people make fun of his nipples, you're like, oh, that's all tea in those nipples.
Gotcha.
Are they big?
They're not big. They're just his poke out
Puffy.
a lot.
They get puffy.
Yeah.
No, puffy nips.
They're
Yeah, you
the-
can. A lot of times you can tell that somebody's on their juice when they start to get puffy nips.
Do you like heavy nip play?
I used to like nip. Look at Rogue's nip.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Jesus, Joe.
I would hear that about weed when I used to smoke weed. People said weed will give you tits, that they would make your
How?
I heard that about soy.
about,
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the above.
Yeah, all the
Weed
above.
gives you tits.
Because you just pig out and eat.
I heard that about surgery.
You know, Troy had breast augmentation done.
Well, it's kind of.
Really?
Yes, he did. Yes, he
I
did.
Cool Sculpt.
He had a breast reduction.
What's Cool Sculpt?
It's
They
a
freeze
plastic
your-
surgery breast reduction.
They freeze your titty fat.
Why were they like? You have bitch
As
tits?
soon as I
Yes.
as soon as I put on weight, I get it in my tits.
Did it work?
Kinda. I did it twice, and I should have got lipo. Is what I.
Can I see?
Sure.
Would you do it again or no?
Next move is lipo.
Is
Nice.
it down
What we
below?
need is a
Or it's like
before.
a full tit.
We won't be able to know.
Troy's in good shape.
That
though.
looks okay.
He's working hard.
He looks normal.
Oh, you had to take it. Oh, it's Cool Sculpt.
I get fat.
That's not bad. You ever train lower pecs?
I do yoga every day.
There you go.
That's the problem.
Yeah, it's not gonna do
You got to lift some heavy shit, right?
Oh, yeah.
Now I'm afraid we're going to go around the room and I'm going to be stuck having to show my
Yeah.
tits.
Ah, there you go.
That's cute. That's Cool Sculpt.
It looks uncomfortable.
It actually, but it does look like you were in better shape when you got the cool stuff.
I was.
That
Well,
sucks.
I also dealt with a pandemic, and my fiance is a chef, so that doesn't help.
No.
What pandemic?
Nice.
What happened?
The good one.
Which one?
It's been a rough 5 years.
I heard it's
It's
coming
been a
back.
rough 5 years.
It has
Yeah,
been.
that's Troy's been saying. He might be right too.
Troy, it's coming back.
I guess so. That's what everybody's
No,
saying.
you predicted. You didn't guess.
Well, yeah. My prediction came from Alex Jones, but
It's not. God, he's good. He's so good, Alex Jones.
He's
You're
good.
right.
he's the
Yeah.
best.
He is
Funny.
a genius. I mean, like to be able to talk for as many hours as he talks and the way his brain works, like he's a brilliant guy.
Yeah.
And be compelling.
I mean, his mind just doesn't stop. Whether it's right or wrong, it's the ability to talk like that alone for that much time every day about it. It's crazy.
Just should have stopped on that Sandy Hook thing. That would.
I think he's totally wrong with that. I think it's disgusting. But the bottom line is, it doesn't mean that he's still not brilliant.
And he's hilarious
wrong.
too. He's a funny guy too.
Remember that time he interviewed Kanye and Kanye out controversied him?
Yeah.
And he was like, hey, "You don't really mean that, do you, Kanye?"
That was amazing.
Edgelords are cool.
Edgelords rule.
Yeah, God. I miss
And now
being an
Kanye's just
edgelord.
got his wife kind of like looking sexy in places. That's the big story. Kanye's wife.
Well, he's getting blowjobs.
He's getting blown on
Hummers.
on the canal.
On the canals, in Italy.
Which canal? In Italy?
Yeah, there's pictures.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
But
a
also
good
he had
place.
a slit in the back of his shirt, and it looks like he's putting on a little weight.
He put on a little weight, and his whole ass was out.
Yes, it was. Yes,
He's
it
getting
was.
blown.
He's in a relationship. What are you gonna do? You
I don't blame him.
You stay cut all the time. My wife literally thinks I'm cheating because I'm in better shape now. She's like, "How's your new side piece?" And she says it, not even joking.
Wow.
When
She
were you
really
out of
thinks it.
shape?
I was out of shape. For
I've
a
never
couple
seen
years.
you out of shape.
Come
More.
on.
I've seen you less in shape than this, but you still look better than
Yeah.
I'll ever look.
Yeah.
Which is not a high bar. But
How many comedians are in shape? It's Aaron Rogan, Dane Cook, and that Matt
Staying
Rife.
cooking shit.
Matt Rife's in shape.
Matt
I've seen his face. I don't know. What his
Matt
body-
Rife's very
face.
lean and handsome. The lips on Matt.
Mm.
When Matt broke out, everybody was shitting on him. They
Yep.
weren't fans of the Rife.
No.
I DM'd the Rife.
Yeah.
I go, buddy, congrats on all the hard work.
You
and,
slid
and
in
how
there?
it's paid off. And he goes, thanks, man. I've always liked you. And I was like, send lips.
Right.
That's why his lips are gorgeous. You
They
seen
are
his
gorgeous.
lips, Jim?
I've seen a couple of clips of him, and I didn't know why everybody dislikes him.
And he can fight a little bit too. So
He's a
like
sex
if
pot.
someone in the crowd doesn't like, they're like, hey, stop trying to fuck my wife. He'll be like, I'll fuck you up. I'm
Right.
good at MMA.
Good for
He
him.
can do that.
You love Matt Rife.
Yeah. I'm a big Matt Rife
You have a
fan.
crush.
However,
I've
now
interviewed him already. I'm not sure.
I have to call out the fact that Ashton Kutcher was in his new promo video, and Ashton Kutcher's under fire.
We don't like Ashton Kutcher.
He's for
He's
the
on the
cosign.
toxic gossip
I don't like
train.
Under Fire though.
Is he under
Everyone's
fire?
they just need stories.
Do you see? Every time I see a bad apology video now, I just think of the toxic gossip train playing under it.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
We played it on the show. Remember Colleen singing Toxic Gossip Train? It was the worst apology. I mean, it was like 3 weeks ago. It wasn't even that long ago.
remember.
All right.
I have a question. Are they married?
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
they were both on the same show
they were.
Yeah.
That's where they met.
with the raper,
Yes, that's where they all met.
and they all hung out.
And now, and Ashton didn't need this, getting all this attention. They're like, oh, by the way, we found all these clips of when he was younger, and she was way younger. And they're like talking about their first kiss when she was 14.
No.
Yeah.
She was 14. He was 19.
The Kutch.
But it was
what
in
if
the
the Kutch goes down?
But they're married now, so she probably
Don't
doesn't have
matter.
charges.
Don't matter.
and-
Masterson was raping years ago. That
but
shouldn't hold up in a court of law.
But they're
I would
married.
disagree. Well, I would disagree with that take. I'm actually more on the other end of that perspective.
That should hold up in court.
That's what you're saying. It
That's what I
should.
meant to
Oh,
say.
Okay, because
I mean, but it's like it's not like it was last weekend.
I don't know what you're getting at.
There's got to be some type of, what's it called? When the longevity
Statute of limitations.
Yeah. I mean, you're talking what? A year? Give it a year.
I'm
This is the type of thing you start singing at a party. No, this is the type of thing you start singing at a party. Like, and if you commit a rape, and then all of a sudden you realize that everybody has just backed away. They're drinking punch.
Maybe if I just keep digging, I'll get myself out of this hole.
I mean, you got a year. If you're gone to a different country, you should be fine.
But I don't know why they're mad. Like, what do you, Ashton? They're just try. They probably didn't want to write those letters. They probably got requested to, and they're like, all right, and they just did it.
They were, They were requested to, but I mean, writing.
The family asked them to write them.
Oh yeah,
I'll tell you who. Because didn't Kitty and/or Red also write something?
I think a couple people did. Yeah.
Who's Kitty?
The parents from 70s show.
Oh, I never saw the show.
I'll tell you who didn't.
I know who didn't. The man,
Topher
my
Grace,
guy,
yeah, yeah.
Topher Grace. He's coming out shining.
Topher didn't write one.
Topher did not write
Topher's like,
one.
I was there. I held people down.
He said, absolutely fucking not. I will not write one.
I'm not
You
co-signing.
creep.
You know what's crazy? I didn't even know he was on that show until this week.
Topher Grace?
I mean, I'm sure I've heard
the
it.
star.
I'm going to say this.
He was Eric Foreman.
Rape didn't used to be okay,
Well,
but
okay,
but
I would stop, and it still isn't. cut your losses.
You can't even tell a girl she's pretty
I mean,
anymore.
this is like going to end up being one of these things. And the things they're canceling us for nowadays.
But
No.
they used to think it was. Hollywood used to think it was.
Hollywood tended to turn more of a blind eye to certain.
It was that status of power and be like, look how lucky these people are to
But
be
they're
around
saying,
me.
They're saying this one is not because of Hollywood's cover-up system. It was because of Scientology's cover-up system.
Is he a Scientologist?
Danny Masterson?
No, who's it? That's
Danny-
Kutcher, right?
That's a picture of Ashton Kutcher, yeah.
Right.
But Danny Masterson, who's got
Oh,
the
yeah,
chart-
Scientology was very big in this one.
We're saying Leah Remini was ahead of the curve. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
She knew Scientology was bad.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Everyone knew Scientology was bad.
Well, Leah Remini specifically, and that guy she's with, what's his name?
Or
No.
Oh.
She's not with, but I know who you're talking about.
Tony
that guy
Ortega.
Too. Tony Ortega. No, she's with Mike. Not Mike Lindau. I
Wait,
think
you mean a
she-
guy she's with, married, dating wise, or married?
No, Rinder. Mike Rinder. That's her guy that she does the press and stuff in her show with. He also used to be a big wig in Scientology. They're blowing the lid off this whole thing.
It's a bad thing.
That's what they say.
I didn't know he was in it too.
Mike Rinder was. Yeah.
Is Tom Cruise going to stand up for it? What about Johnny T?
No.
No, they're top of the pile, man.
They're top of the pile.
You don't.
They made me want to. I read the book.
Scientology has come out and said these accusations that we did had anything to do with this are totally unfounded
Yeah.
and this is horse shit. Did not in those words.
That's
I'm
what
paraphrasing.
They were very scary for a lot. Like people were terrified of them for years, but it seems like in the internet age where you could just kind of go out and say things and people can hear you, where before there was no way to do
Yeah.
it, they lost a lot of that ability,
They were keeping people quiet.
or they were just scaring people, I guess.
Oh, wow.
And also, but they still can keep people quiet who are part of their organization because they're like you kind of give your whole life up as you get higher in
it's
the
just
organization.
nuts.
There
This
are
is
a lot
stupid.
of a lot of
of
that
it's
stuff
nuts.
happens in different churches.
Yes,
It's
crazy.
brilliant how they do it. When you
You
watch
like it.
I think it's brilliant. Well, the way they do it, that documentary on HBO where they
Going Clear?
They Going Clear where
think I
they
saw that.
you
Oh,
gotta you meet with somebody and you gotta give them your secrets. You gotta clear everything. Tell me everything you've ever done. There's still something inside of you that you come on. Tell me what that thing is. I can tell.
And then they write everything down.
everything down.
Yeah.
And then the moment you say, you know what, this is a fucking cult, they go, I don't know if you want to leave though. Stories about you blowing kids at camp.
I've always thought it was some kind of either a haven for high profile, like where they find out guys that are gay or have done stuff, and I've always felt like this is a way that they keep these guys, as they know that Scientology knows their secrets.
Yeah.
that's
Why,
always.
Did you get invited?
No, because I talked about stuff. They're not interested. They're like, "What'd you do when you were a kid?" I'm like, "Oh, I blew everyone. I talked about it on HBO." They're like, "Get out of the
Forget
office."
it. We don't need you. Yeah. What are all your secrets, Jim? You give him a DVD?
Yeah, they're right
Never
here.
mind.
Yes, just keep this between me, you, and home box office.
Most of them are in this special.
Brilliant to keep people trapped in there.
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
When you
People-
said you read the book, was it Dianetics? Is that what you're talking
Yeah.
about?
You read Dianetics?
I got it.
I remember the commercials for that were so they were so good. The advertising for Dianetics, it made, like, they would take this brilliant little quote, and you're like, "Fuck, this guy's great."
Yeah.
So you said Alex Jones is brilliant because he could talk so much. Does L. Ron Hubbard get brilliance because he's such a prolific writer, even though most of his writing was terrible?
No, I mean, I think there's a difference between being able to talk that much about one subject and paint all these different scenarios and avoid all these traps of logic or the things that Alex Jones does. His mind just works in a fascinating way. Because like, if he was talking about something else and with the same level of it, with his brain, if he focused on something else in life, people would be saying great things about him.
You could do that. Okay, just go. Go 2 minutes. I'm going to give you a subject. Just talk about it.
Here we go.
Bigamy.
Sure was.
Nailed it. That was very good. This guy's quick. This guy is lightning fast.
That's the difference. Is he doesn't need 2 minutes to cover.
He's
the
got it
subject.
done. Yeah.
He does it like that.
Yeah.
You know what they say about comedy?
What?
The thing that they say.
Yes. Can your state of mind make you? Can words said during an operation harm you later? Page 182.
I want to see that.
They just. Is it possible to increase intelligence? Page 122.
Yeah.
No, it isn't.
Can I fuck these kids? Page 133. Dianetics.
Wherever paperbacks are sold.
Yeah.
A fresh look at today's problems.
I mean, it roped you in.
It
Didn't
really did. They had great. It was very compelling.
Yeah.
John Travolta was so good.
It was, yeah.
Him, Tom Cruise. That's all you need. Who were the
still
chicks?
Great. He's still great, by the way. Have you ever seen him in the Fred Durst directed movie The Fanatic?
It'd be so funny to do voiceover for this.
Just go John Travolta, Fred Durst.
John Travolta fucked me. John Travolta fucked me too.
Is it The Fan?
The Fanatic.
The Fanatic.
Yeah, The Fanatic. Wait, he made this character choice that I just questioned.
Throw up in my mouth. I had to taste his balls.
Fred Durst directed a movie called The Fanatic,
You don't meet with Harvey Weinstein one more time.
starring John Travolta.
You stupid. Yeah. Boy.
That's him.
Kanye getting a Hummer on a boat.
Oh, yeah.
Good for him.
Good for him.
I respect. That's the only thing he's done in the last 5 years that I like.
Yeah.
Get blown in a boat on that smelly water.
And the guy operating the boat said he had no idea that was going on.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
He watched.
Kanye paid extra, tipped him.
Yeah, look that way.
Just look that way.
Yeah.
You guys fucking in public?
Yeah.
I don't like that, no.
Why?
My dick sucks. It just panics.
I like it.
What if you go into
yeah, but that's taste-based.
hidden bathroom?
What?
Hidden bathroom.
Oh, maybe, but I'm not big on public stuff. Or
You do that?
I like
I'm back.
privacy.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
not
doing
people
public.
around.
Nice.
I do
Still?
public.
People,
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Public's the best because then my wife doesn't have to come. She just wants to get it done real
Oh,
quick. So we just get
yeah,
it's
that's
a real
nice.
good, just like, oh, and then you go. Back
So what are you in, like, bathrooms?
Bathrooms.
Nice.
Done stand-up New York so far.
No
Did
way.
A few weddings, yeah.
At the bathrooms downstairs? At the
Yeah,
same New York?
bathroom downstairs. We're going to do the stand this
Oh, that's
weekend.
nice.
It's my birthday. Yeah, if
Happy
you guys want to
birthday.
come.
You're going to fuck at the stand?
Yeah, in the bathroom. There's a nice one upstairs.
How do you pull that
How much
off?
are
Do you-
tickets for this?
It's like, you don't get to watch the fucking, but
But what if I'm like,
$30
if you and your
weekend
wife
shows.
go to the bathroom and I'm like, oh, I gotta go too, and I just follow you guys in, then I can watch.
You come if you want. I'd be fine. I would be fine with you watching. And I've tried to have sex several times with other people watching.
Mm-hmm.
It's failed a couple times. Like I tried to shoot a porn with some buddies at the Laugh Shop in Calgary.
Oh.
And they were videotaping it, and I was like, all right, this isn't gonna work. You guys gotta go.
Who are you fucking? Just an audience member?
Yeah, a girl I met at a Mexican restaurant. She came to a show.
So this is the first time you're hanging out with her, and now you're going to try to fuck her on camera.
I go, you want to go back to the room and fuck, and we'll tape it? And she goes, sure. And then we went. It's Calgary, Alberta. People got
Heart
fun.
country.
Yeah. It's
Where
fun.
they have the Stampede.
Yeah, Stampede.
Stampede is out of control.
Yeah.
The Stampede, they have it's every year. It's the big rodeo thing every summer.
I know about Calgary Stampede, best in your house ever.
And they there's a country bar near the grounds where they will check your wedding ring, and they have spray tan to cover up the tan line.
That's
for
sick.
for the wedding ring.
Yeah,
That's
people,
sick.
People fuck
People fucking Calgary.
in Calgary. It's a good fuck town.
That's probably why Brett has so many siblings.
Yeah.
There's so many kids in the Hart family.
Yeah.
And they're all Albertians.
That's why they called him the Hitman.
Because he hits it?
Yeah.
Raw dog?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You could sell the fuck session for like a platinum package this weekend. You could come to the stand.
He's got a platinum package.
Yeah.
See you, and then for an extra $100,
Listen
go
to
the
us, Buck,
bathroom.
for an extra.
Yeah.
Listen or watch.
I would say listen.
Or you can
Just
look,
like you
or how about this? For extra $250, you hand them those things that they use to look under cars before they pull into a garage, and they can do it under the stall. One of those mirrors.
Yeah, those metal detector
One of those
things with a
bomb-checking
mirror on the
mirrors.
end. Yeah.
Do those at the Mexican border, don't
Yeah, they do. Yeah, you ever watch that show To Catch a Smuggler?
No.
It's so good, but they show them in the San Diego. There's 500 cars in line. These guys just walking back and forth, looking under the cars with these
Yeah.
mirrors. Yeah, it's like a dental mirror, but for your car.
Yeah.
Great.
Man, I'd love to smuggle stuff. You ever smuggle anything?
Never.
You?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Fingernails.
I brought cocaine down to where did we go? Mazatlan. I had a couple senior. I never finished high school, but I got to go on a couple senior trips, and I remember bringing coke. I think like close to a quarter ounce.
Jesus.
Down
This guy,
to
huh?
International drug smuggler.
yeah, stupid. Not very smart. Not smart.
Almost a quarter ounce of coke to where?
Down to Mazatlan, thinking I'll
Where's
sell.
Mazatlan?
Mazatlan's in Mexico.
You know they have it there.
I thought I would sell the coke.
That's where it comes from.
I thought I would sell the coke and then
At a premium?
In Mexico?
Go to
to
Mexico
other-
and
to other-
sell coke.
I would sell some of the coke, make some money, so I could like be able to afford the trip more. That was
That's like buying stuff at a store and going to the wholesale district and trying to sell it at a profit.
Yeah, and then you have to deal with the cartels.
No. It's other kids. It's other like seniors on a high school trip.
Oh, all right, that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm going to
That
sell
makes
to the other
sense.
seniors. Yeah.
I thought he meant to local Mexicans.
No.
That's
No,
a terrible
to
idea.
sell it to other seniors.
Yeah.
Donde está el Diablo Blanco?
Yeah, I went to Sinaloa with a bag of coke, and I figured I'd make millions.
Did you sell it?
Yeah, I sold most of it, and then and now I'm remembering I also brought an 8-ball over the Canadian border, which was stupid. Yeah, I went to a Marilyn Manson concert in the mid '90s. Friend of mine,
That's a good time to go.
Friend of mine who was the tour manager for Marilyn Manson said, "Hey, can you do me a favor? I'm going to give you a stack of passes. Can you hand this out to hot women?" And I remember his one qualification was no goth women. The band hates goth chicks.
Nice.
All blondes. Just give these out to blonde women.
Yeah.
So went through the arena handing out passes. Some guy walked up and said, "Hey, can I get a pass?" I was like, I'm only handing these out to women. Sorry, buddy. And he goes, "I'll give you an 8-ball." I was like, how many passes do you want? Like, I don't know, give me 4.
Yeah.
Went out to the parking lot, gave me the 8-ball. And like an idiot, I felt like I have to take this with me back over the border, back to Seattle. And
Souvenir.
I brought it with me back over to Seattle. And we got pulled over, by the way, at the border. The agent said, whatever the questions are, where are you from? What's your citizenship? Where are you from? And she said, and I had the Coke underneath my crotch when I drove over the border with my buddy Jason in the car.
In your pants, right? Under your balls?
I was sitting on it.
That's crazy. 'Cause
It's
you have to
stupid.
get,
It's stupid.
If you have
I
to
was-
get out of the car, it's like...
and the woman said, she goes, what were you doing in Canada? I said, I went to a Marilyn Manson concert. And she goes, all right, why don't you get out of the car for a second? I just want to check your trunk. And I said, all right. And I popped the trunk and I put the Coke in my hand and walked to the back, looked at the trunk. She's like, all right, you're good to go. Got back in the car. Dumbest fucking thing I've ever done.
What about this Coke?
Yeah.
Is this okay?
Literally had it in my hand talking to a border.
Yeah, talk about the dope show.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
I mean, really.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Bigamy.
Jim has the best Instagram on the planet. I fucking love his dumb jokes.
Yeah.
The best.
Scary.
What, taking Coke over the border?
Twice you've done it.
Yeah.
I'm
stupid.
How do you proposition your wife? Like, is it just something she's into, or do you go?
Wait,
hey,
are you asking because you want to do it? Like, what would work on Aaron's
my
wife?
We'll just see if she's into that. If she's-
How
So
big do you
is there
think he's
just
going to be?
is there just a code word where whoever can go up to her?
This is
and-
what happens. My wife, we're at a place. She goes, "Do you want to go fuck in the bathroom?" And I go, "Yeah, let's go."
She says it.
Yeah.
That's sick.
That's good.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Pound me out, bro.
You got it.
Can we pull up a picture of Aaron's wife?
Cute. Very cute.
Yeah, my wife's cute.
Yeah.
My wife, I got a type. It's like short, sassy blonde. I hope it's a good picture that comes up with my wife.
Well, let's see. I'm going to go to
Looking
your
there.
Instagram.
So I'm taking her
Yeah.
off my Instagram mostly. It's my daughter. Oh, she's further down, maybe. Maybe she's on there. My daughter. It's my wife's titties.
Right here?
Yeah.
It's very chesty.
Nah,
Very
but
nice.
you don't want to see her being funny.
Nice.
Yeah, she's.
You don't want to see her being funny.
Yeah, you don't want to see her being
I
funny.
think that'll kill your boner.
Yeah. It's like, come on.
Good for you.
Yeah, she's a cutie.
Yeah.
Good for you.
She's hot. I love her. I love her again. You know, when you're in
Sure.
marriage, you stop loving somebody.
Sure.
Not me.
You hate them.
Not me.
No, they say, what is it? Indifference is the opposite of love. I don't think that's true.
Well,
I've never indifferenced my wife for a month.
right.
Yeah.
Hate.
Well, yeah, I think hate is the opposite of love, but they're so connected that one can come from the other. Indifference is when it's like you're fucked. It's not going to snap back from indifference.
Yeah, because you've lost any elastic bounce back ability because you just don't care.
You stay at
they're
indifference.
they're free floating away.
Right. So once it gets to indifference, and it can happen
Oh,
quick.
now, yeah.
Yeah, it's done.
Relationships are hard.
Yeah, you got to work on
You
it.
go through. You got to work on it.
Got to work on
How
it.
long have you guys been married, you said?
7 years.
7 years?
Yeah.
And you're fucking in bathrooms. You guys doing great?
Yeah, that's still pretty active.
Yeah.
It's good. It
Yeah.
wasn't always like that.
You got to make an effort to
You
keep
gotta-
it like that.
Yeah, you got to bring it back.
Yes.
Fucking eat some ass.
Would you fuck in a plain bathroom?
No.
Yeah.
Unless it was like a nice first class plane bathroom.
They're
Not
the
one of
same
those-
as the coach bathroom.
Are they?
Except for the scum using it.
Yeah, that's
I get that.
But sometimes, when the scum from the back comes up and you're in first class and you're like, the fuck is this guy
I
doing?
literally think air marshals should shoot people. For that.
They told you not to come up to this
When you
one.
see that curtain and you see some lump walking through,
Ugh.
if I heard a gunshot and
Yeah.
they just dragged him back,
Or just
I'd be-
put an electric fence right where the cutoff is.
You're
so
not
just
wrong.
as soon as you step on it.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. What about if you were on like a Virgin flight, like one of the first class Virgin? Maybe they have nicer bathrooms.
it's more the panic of being with people right outside the door. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, but he likes
I do it.
public.
Yeah, I'll hear
if you
someone
like
try and
public,
come
I
in.
guess. No, I just knowing that there was, even if it was at night, knowing that there was all those passengers right there, my dick would literally not budge.
Really?
It wouldn't budge.
You'd be in a fight with it.
Someone tries to come in. This is what I do. We're fucking. Hang on. I just say that.
Someone snuck a video of Tommy Lee fucking on it looked like it was an American Airlines flight.
I heard he's well equipped.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tommy and his wife Brittany get up first class. They get up and go into the bathroom together, and some guy filmed it from his seat.
It's kind of a dick move.
Yeah, and it's a real dick move. And
Some snitch.
Yeah.
I don't like people doing that in first class. That's coach shit.
Right.
Don't
that's
film
right.
us up here.
That's right.
That's
You're a celebrity. People probably film you all the time when you're on the plane.
He's pointing at Travis.
Yeah, first class is the upper echelon.
Yes, he thought.
It's dirty. People shouldn't be doing that. Trudy offered me, my old girlfriend Trudy Luby.
Oh, I thought you meant Trudy from Effects of
And
Life.
I only say her real name. Here's why. We've been at it to me.
Shout out.
She left me for a drug dealer named Carlos who had a Lamborghini. We dated
He had
for
a
6 months.
Lamborghini, though.
I get it. She
What are
loves
you going to
cocaine.
gain reconnecting with her?
I just want to know what she's up to, where she's been. She was a stripper. I was a stripper at the time. She
You
had
get
2
curious
kids.
about exes, seeing what is your life like now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she was gorgeous. She was an 8 in the right light.
Nice.
She had like a C
The right light.
section.
What's that mean? Off.
Can I use that? The right light off. Go with fake titties. She was
Nice.
the hottest chick I'd ever been with at the time.
What
2
a
kids.
time for you.
It was so good. She had a real deep voice, like, "Hey, what's going on?"
You loved that.
Yeah.
Sure.
But I don't know what happened to her. But she wanted to have sex on the plane when we flew to meet her mother in Moncton, New Brunswick, in a trailer park.
Moncton, the trailer park in Moncton.
It's
Yeah.
real, like the
It's a
real
classic.
Trailer Park Boys. It was like that. Where her
Wow.
mom lived.
And did you on the plane?
No,
You said no?
no.
Scared? Stage
The
fright?
kid was there too. She's just giving the
Her
kid,
kid?
a book. Yeah.
Oh, she wanted to leave her kid behind. What a real piece of shit this one.
I mean, she was a nice girl.
No, she wasn't.
Then
Sure
she
She's a fun girl.
she told me she was pregnant. Is what she thought, Jim. She already had 2 kids. She was 21. I was 22. I'm pregnant, and I was like, okay.
With that voice?
Yeah, that voice exactly. I'm pretty sure I'm pregnant. I missed my period. I was like, is this still the girl?
Okay.
And
Andre.
then I go, let's get together and we'll talk about the options. She goes, there's no options. This is a gift from God.
What?
That's why I kept my first 2 kids. I wasn't ready for them. I'm not ready for this. We'll make it work.
She's right.
And I was like,
Was she lying?
no. Luckily, it was just ovarian cancer, and she
Shout
thought
out.
she
Shout out.
thought she was pregnant, and it was like a cyst.
That's
and
good.
it was
Good news.
ovarian
That's good.
cancer.
You dodged a bullet.
It's like this was a gift from God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, it was.
Yep.
Yes, it was.
But I want to know what happened with her. I want to know where she is.
She's
I wanna
dead.
She
All
died
those
of ovarian cancer.
she died of
dead.
Is it a killer ovarian cancer?
The OC took her out.
Yeah.
She's either dead or she's got 8 more kids.
Is it worse than melanoma?
Yep.
Oh God, I didn't
Yeah, it
know
is.
that.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Her,
The
I
OC.
want to find all those people I strip with. None of them you can find. This is 25 years ago.
Many are probably passed away.
So you may
So,
have
yeah,
continued
many
in
are
that lifestyle.
HIV?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, come on.
No, I mean they may have continued long after you did, and then went a bad way.
Drugs.
Living fat. Well,
It's not his
I don't
last
know
name.
if Rage was his
Rage was his
actual-
stage name.
Oh, all right, well, still, yeah.
Yeah. And he would just rent a room at this other guy Dave's house, and he'd just like sleep in the tanning bed.
Nice.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Yeah.
Well, it's a bed.
It's a tanning bed.
Sure, but I guess it's.
They're very uncomfortable.
You have to sleep on your back. You ever try and lay on your front in a tanning bed?
Oh yeah, because of all the like.
No.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah.
Does it
No.
ever turn out well reconnecting with someone years later that you think you had something with?
I don't think it's about the love. I just think for the story, I want to be able
You're
to
just
know
curious.
what happened to her. Yeah.
Because like you're meeting this like you can't possibly picture this person growing old.
No.
Right. And that's what you get. Like,
Yeah, she's got to be
she's still the same person. Is she?
50,
But
ex-stripper.
what you don't want is for her to think, oh, he's reaching out to me because he's interested.
Yeah.
Because then it's
Aluba?
Okay.
What was her name?
Don't say her
Can't
last
say her
name.
last
Oh,
name.
Yeah.
Sunshine Rage.
Sunshine Rage.
Sunshine Rage.
She's a pissed off stripper. Sunshine Rage. My Uncle Fucker Dutch, man.
Jimmy, you ever reconnect with somebody years later that you knew before you became a comedian and they came back into your life later? A woman that you might have had a thing for?
I've stayed friends with almost all of them, but I think I'm friends with every ex except for one.
Why?
But I don't.
Why is it the one that you got caught cheating with?
No. I'm friends with them. I mean,
Which is the one that you got caught cheating with? There's only one that you cheated with, right?
great question.
Oh man.
Yeah, the one that you cheated on, which was
What the fuck was her name? Oh, all of them.
Jimmy's story about getting caught cheating is riveting.
Yeah, with the
So
printing,
honest.
the printer.
the
Yeah,
printing.
yeah.
That is a riveting story.
True story.
it's the best.
Yep.
And then you
Brutal.
just because everybody knows that feeling of going like, okay, I've got exactly 5 seconds to figure out how to make an excuse out of this, and it ain't happening.
It was in writing.
I'm in a corner.
Jim, get up, Jim. Whoa.
That is the best.
Now I've got to fight.
Yeah.
I've got to fight my way out of a corner.
Yeah, you had to just throw in the towel immediately. Got
But
me.
didn't you attempt to say some kind of a lame lie or something?
Yeah, but then when she said the girls, I think it was a screen name, she said something that I knew she knew. I didn't know how she knew, but I knew she knew.
No.
Yeah, for a second. What do you mean?
What?
She told me what you meant.
You're paranoid.
Oof, what a way to be woken up.
Saturday morning. Oof.
Isn't that good? Isn't that a good thing? Like, we go through life most of the time just thinking it's going to feel good and all this good stuff's going to happen. But when the other shoe drops and some bad shit happens.
And you lose someone you love. Yeah, or you hurt somebody you love. Yeah.
Yeah, it
Sure.
wakes you up.
It
doesn't
does, yeah.
Yes, it's good to 100%.
And you get along with that girl?
gotta
You
have
still
the
talk to
dips.
that girl that
Oh,
read the
yeah, but
printout?
that was years ago. That's well over a decade ago. Like, it takes a time. But most of these women, I liked them when I dated them, so why wouldn't I like them now?
Yeah.
And
Well,
most-
I mean, from their point of view, it's just that you get to.
I'm a good friend. Like, I think they know that I'm just a sex addict, and I'm just not good at being faithful, and it was never about them. And, I was always a good friend to them. Like, I cared about them as people.
Jim, do you find time heals all wounds?
Most. Not all.
Not all.
Any women that you like had a thing for that you didn't like hook up with, but you like them, and then you get into comedy, and then they come back around and you see them again?
Kate Beckinsale.
Yeah, we had like a little vibe.
Wanda Sykes.
Shirley Hemphill.
Shirley
No.
MacLaine.
Were there any? No, I'm sure there's been some, but I tended to. I can't think of any that I liked before comedy. I started at 21, so.
You saying Shirley MacLaine, just Shirley, and it reminded me that I was hanging out with somebody over the weekend who I've known for a while, and he was like, yeah, like you probably don't even remember this, but it's like I liked this so much that I was listening on the radio, and I asked you to email me the MP3 file of it. Do you remember when Jim was on the air and he just started doing this whole long bit about Laverne and Shirley shitting in the Big Ragu's mouth? And I was like, I have absolutely no recollection of
Me
it.
neither.
But I'll tell you right now, it certainly fits the mold. I can't call you a liar.
I bet it was a hoot. I don't remember.
Yeah, and they were shitting in the Big Ragu's mouth. And I was like, I'm sure it happened.
Yeah, I wish that's my favorite bit title ever. All of a sudden, just hearing that makes me happy. I'm happy I said it. I don't know what I said.
Yeah, and I had it was like,
My memory's going.
but it was also one of those that like you we would live through that stuff every single day.
Yeah.
There's stuff that Jimmy's done that I still think about. So silly. There was a story about that guy Shifty from Crazy Town.
Shifty Shell Shock?
Shifty Shell Shock. Big news story. I don't know what it was. It was 10 years ago.
Hanging up on Dr. Drew's house?
Jimmy in the background kept saying,
Remember that?
he goes, what band was he in? And someone would go, Crazy Town. He goes, that's where I live. And then the conversation kept going.
That's
and
cool.
And he goes, what band was that? And he goes, Crazy Town. That's where I live. And nobody would acknowledge Jimmy. Nobody
I don't
would
remember that
acknowledge
at
his
all.
joke. I still
No,
remember
but again,
laughing,
it does feel like
laughing hysterically.
It does feel like something you decide to do to be annoying.
Just to be a dick, yeah, to be silly. We have to wrap up, though.
Why?
Well,
we
you
got time.
know, no.
It's time to go, and Aaron's got to do some fucking in the bathroom.
Yeah,
I got to train chess today.
You do?
You want to come blast it with me? Yeah. Get an NYSC down. So let's go. I'm pressing 225 for reps now. Easy peasy, baby.
For
Easy
reps?
peasy. For reps. 2 sets is 5, 6.
Yo, you are sick, dude.
It's sick right now.
Aaron is going to be
You're
blasting
sick what's
chess
happening.
Where are you
at
going to
the
be?
Stand.
At the gym or fucking my
Nice.
wife in the can.
Nice. Maybe fucking your wife in a gym bathroom.
All my dates are up. The big ones that you got to see. I'm going to be in Morris Plains. You're going to love that. It's a local Jersey thing. Real soon. Next April. You want? All my dates are at aaronberg.com. Check out Street Famous NYC. It's on Patreon and YouTube. And if I get 11 more patrons, I'm getting a Street Famous NYC tattoo on my chest.
Nice. Sign up now. Let's get him.
Please
Where
do.
on your chest? Like on one
It'll
of the.
be the left pack.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it. Sign up today. I'll bet we can get him. You can get. How much does it cost?
$5.
Come on, 11 of you.
11 a year.
$55.
Can't put up $5.
Yeah.
Let's get him to get that.
Patreon.com/Street Famous NYC. I'm going to get a tattoo.
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah. Craig Gass.
Craig Gass this Friday and Saturday at the Resorts Casino in Atlantic City.
Nice.
Next weekend, Kansas City, and then soon Austin, and back here in New York doing 2 Kiss-themed shows right before the Kiss concerts in Austin and here in New York.
Do you call it Kiss Comedy? It's spelled comedy with a K?
That's actually been done a couple times before. When I perform
That's
with
sick.
Kiss on the Kiss cruise, I just do an hour about Kiss material.
I was in Detroit Rock City. Can I be on these shows?
In the movie?
Yes. I
No
played the
way.
bartender.
Absolutely.
That
All
movie
right.
rules.
All right. It's done. Put the
I love
deal
it.
together.
Done deal.
Thanks.
Wednesday, Fat Black Pussycat, 1 hour, September 28th, Toronto. Thanks a lot, guys. I love both of you guys.
And
Thank
can
you.
go
See you tomorrow.
to,
Yeah. Not Sam's merch.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can go to NotSamShirts.com for the new Not Sam Wrestling merch line. By the way, your muscles would look so good in a Not Sam Wrestling shirt, long sleeve, crew neck, hoodie.
I'm going to get.
Even with the shades
You
on.
have a V-neck?
We can make it a V-neck.
I'd love a V-neck or a tank
We
top.
cut them
but
into
I'll get a
muscle
hoodie.
tees. Yeah.
Get me one. Send me one. I'm in.
You're in. I love it. So you want to... Actually, there was something we wanted to
Yep,
talk
quick
about
picture.
before we
Righto.
took off.
Bye-bye.
Who do the Cowboys have next week?
I'm gonna have to rack my brain for a minute. It's a local team.
It is.
They play at MetLife.
Bye-bye.
The game's in Texas.
You guys want to talk about something topical? Something in the news? Or
Just
something?
take a picture.
What kind,
Yeah.
What kind of picture?
Take a picture. Here.
Well, you'd have to wait. You'd have to turn the lights on to take the, because otherwise the lighting will be all off and.
You guys talk.
And
Let me go. I
Travis just got to get in the right position here. Yeah, Travis just getting in the right position. It's weird. Jim is standing. Yeah. I'm not getting any closer. Jim is.
Jim wants to get the fuck
Jim.
Stan, what do you have plans? You got someplace to be or?
Hey, did you hear about this guy that was escaped from the jail in PA, climbed up the walls?
We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, there's more.